boys.
Looks like we're live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Tripp Advice, Monday nights, live. Oh, man, we got a really, where's the camera? Right there. We have a really fun panel tonight. We have a great topic. We got some drinks going. I think everyone took a shot of tequila before we started, so we're all loose, except for yours truly, because I'm not drinking right now, unless you want to do a super chat for $300. I will chug this, not the whole thing, but I'll take a nice, healthy swig of Chicago's finest Malort. So that's a $300 super chat, and we'll see. But I don't know if I want that to happen or not, because I'm not drinking. But hey, that's a fine super chat. Okay, we got some people already showing up. Wonderful. Okay, we're gonna start with a icebreaker question for the panel before we do introductions. So I asked everyone before we started, what's the biggest mistake you made when you were on a date or dating someone? So we'll start to my left.
Oh, I don't make mistakes, but oh my God, I can't even think of one.
You don't make any mistakes.
No,
You're perfect.
Yeah, I am. No, far from it. I would have to say I was on a date with somebody, and maybe it's just more embarrassing than a mistake or like looking back on it. But I definitely went back to his place, and in his living room, he had a big picture of him and this girl. Like, they were obviously like boyfriend, girlfriend. And I was like, wait, what is that? And he said, it's my sister. And I just let it slide.
Because you knew it wasn't his sister.
Yeah. Yeah, in hindsight, yeah.
So your mistake was not realizing that he had a girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, we'll take it. Over here.
I would definitely say drinking too much, and then you can't remember what really happened in the date, and then it was just a wash because you can't remember anything.
Talk a little bit more into the mic if you can. Okay, give me a specific story of something that happened here.
Like, when you start, like, people ask like shots and stuff like that, and you just like black out, and you just can't remember anything of the date, and it just sucks. It's a wash. You can't remember anything.
So then, did you do a second date?
It will be like that, and sometimes it's not. I've done it a couple times, and it's not ideal. I think that was the worst mistake I've ever done. Okay.
I mean, if nothing bad happened on the date, or maybe you just don't remember.
But it's just like a complete wash because you don't remember any, like.
I think it's fuzzy. Apparently. It's fuzzy, and you don't like some things you wouldn't do when you're normally like sober. Mm-hmm. You do it because you had too much to drink. Like, just like
you weren't acting like yourself. Yeah, and exactly, like I feel like they got the wrong impression. You're like, this is not me at all. But you think this is who I am, but it's not. But I can't remember even just like I can't even say anything because I don't remember it.
Okay, well, on those dates that you got so wasted that you don't remember, how many of those turned into second dates where he wanted to see you again?
I would say like 50-50. It's either some people are just like, yeah, we had a great time.
So half the time you get wasted and it's totally fine.
But then half the time it's not. And then you're just upset because you're like, I have no idea how I was. And obviously I must have done something. And you're sitting there like rattling your head. You're like, what did I do wrong? But you can't remember because you blacked out. And then you're just like, what did I do wrong? Because he never texted me back. So you're just like, it's nerve wracking and just like frustrating because you can't remember.
How many?
At least you know when you mess up.
Like, how many shots of Malort will it take you to not remember tonight?
I've only had that one time and it's disgusting.
How many shots of anything would it take you for you not to remember a date?
I don't know. I drink a lot, so I don't know. I can't.
So you must be pounding them on these dates then. Like what, 7 drinks? Damn, that's a high bill. Who's paying for the bill at the end of that?
What do you think?
I don't know. You have to tell me. I'm playing ignorant today.
Obviously, they would pay for it. I'm not paying for my drinks.
Okay, she doesn't pay for the dates per usual. Okay, let's go over here.
So, is it in like on a date or in relationships?
It can be on a date. If you don't have one from a date, it can be, a mistake you made when dating somebody.
I guess it was like overlooking who they really were and painting them a different color, like putting them on a pedestal or not seeing them for what they really were, even though it was all there in my face.
Okay, like so basically the same as my Aliyah. Sounds like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The first thing that came to my mind was I am an oversharer. I feel like I'm a little too vulnerable like the first time I meet somebody, and I feel like that can kind of scare them away. Because it's like, you know, you get to know each other. You're like asking about like, okay, like, you know, what do you like to do? You know, and you're getting to learn a little bit more about people. And I feel like I kind of open up a little too soon. And then they can't really handle that. And they're like, okay, this girl's crazy. Like, I'm backing away.
What's something that you've said on a date that was too open?
I don't know. I feel like maybe just about my past relationships. Like, I basically just kind of, I'm just so vulnerable. And then they look at me and they're like, oh, you're kind of a little too much. Like, I probably can't handle you.
Okay. Does this happen from drinking or just because that's who you are?
No, that's just because who I am. I'm just
Okay.
like an open book. So
you'll talk about your past relationships.
right. And like how like they didn't work out or like why I wasn't, you know, I don't know. I can't really think of something off the top of my head. I just know I overshare too much.
How sure are you that you doing that is what turns off the guy? Maybe it's something else, or did they say something to you like, sorry,
No,
you're too
honestly, it's
open?
more of me just like assuming that because it's like we'll go on like a date or like I'll just be like texting somebody or whatnot. And then they could just completely ghost.
I will do that.
Yeah,
someone-
just
if
completely
someone
ghost
talks
and
about
it's
their
like-
ex-girlfriend, their exes, I will. I told I will leave right now. If you keep talking about your ex-girlfriend, I will walk out. I will leave right now.
And have you done that?
I've told them, like I've told that twice before, and I'm like, I will leave right now. Because they'll like show like even like a photo of their ex-girlfriend, and it's like, why would I want to?
What?
Yeah, like you look just like
Red
her.
flag.
And I was like, if you pull out a photo of your ex-girlfriend, I am picking up and leaving right now.
Okay, quick raise of hands. How many of you
Sorry.
have been on, we'll say 2 or more dates where the other person was talking a lot about their past relationships?
No.
Well,
No.
definitely you.
Yeah.
Where the other person was talking a lot about their exes or past relationships.
I mean, it was kind of like a mutual, like we were both talking about things like in our past relationships. So it wasn't just one or the other. I think we both like opened up.
All right, let's go to Patrick. Patrick,
All right. So what am
biggest
I?
mistake you've ever made on a date or dating someone?
So this was a really bad mistake, and it's kind of like talking about your ex. You know, you never should do that.
So
I think once you do it once,
obnoxious.
it's unacceptable. But I did something. So I was on a date with a girl who's in my field. She's a marketer as well, and I'm big content. And we were at an amazing restaurant, and she made sure to tell me, you know, don't pull out your phone. You know, don't pull out your phone for the dinner or the drinks. And there was one course where I was like, I'm going to do it. She's like, I'm going to have to do this one. I don't care how you feel about it. And I just did it. You know, snapped
You
the
took
photo.
a picture?
I took a
Phone
picture.
hits
Oh.
first.
That's
I took a
awesome.
picture, but the thing was, she knows that I'm big on content, and it was very minimal in comparison to how it would be if I was casually, you know, going out with friends
Mhm.
or working. So I do feel though that is a big deal breaker. And if a woman were to do that, it would probably, I would be happy she appreciated what we were doing, but again, it's definitely not something to do. So
Were you posting it for your job?
it was not. It was maybe
I was
sort of,
trying to help you out here.
it was more so to put on blast where I was and what we were doing.
Sure.
And it was just,
So she told you, wait,
Right.
did she tell you before that she didn't want you to do that?
it was almost like she wanted to give me those little hints like, hey, just so you know, just based on knowing that we were both in marketing and that we are, you know, content directors and things like that. So, but again, I guess I got the approval, and I think there was an opportunity for a second date, but it wasn't, I mean, at the end of it, it wasn't something that would have continued. So
Okay. Do you think that she didn't want to see you again because you took out your phone for that one moment?
I think that she wants a second date, but
Oh, this is
again-
we're in real
I
time.
I broke the rules. Yes. But the photos and I think the content was great. So
I mean, I don't think there's
Well,
anything,
worked out.
there's
She
nothing
said it
wrong
was
with
none
that.
of
You
that
took a
serious.
just
picture.
me having integrity. Okay.
I think she's probably more upset that she told you not to, and then you did it anyway.
She
and
gave
it's
me a
like,
pass. I think she
She
kind of
did?
half
Okay.
did, you
Well,
know, maybe
then-
as a test, but
Then what are you worried about then?
not just if there was a mistake, because again, maybe I'm perfect too. You know, we don't
Aren't
make
we
any
all?
mistakes.
Okay, we got
this is-
two
if there was
perfect
something
people.
close to one.
Perfect
It
people.
was that.
Can't relate.
Okay, cool. Over here.
All right. I think a mistake that I've made while dating people in general is just compromising who I am. I'm a very over accommodating person, so I always try to think about what would make them feel the most comfortable. And so sometimes I think that I don't always put myself first in my values and what I want to do. I just want to make sure that the other person's having the best time.
Deep.
Okay.
That's so
Yeah,
true,
that's
though.
nice to
So
admit that.
true.
So what's an example of that you'd say that you remember from a date? or a dating situation?
Yeah, in general, I would say, just basic values. If I disagree with something, I might not always voice it right away. I might wait until I feel comfortable with a person. I am pretty open, but I want to make sure that I have that level of comfortability first. I am very private also, so I want to make sure it feels a little bit like you said, you are overly vulnerable, and I can be that way after I get to know someone. It takes me a while to open up, so I like to be private about my personal thoughts and everything first.
Okay. Wow, all these are like not that bad. I expected a lot worse. Interesting. Okay.
I really haven't had a bad date.
You've never had a bad date?
I don't think I could say I've ever had a bad date.
What do you mean by that?
I've left knowing, okay, this isn't a person that I want to continue with, but there's never been anything like super awkward or uncomfortable or where I was like, I need to leave immediately. Like I feel unsafe. So
every date you've been on has been very enjoyable to some degree, even if you didn't want to see the guy again.
To some degree. I mean, I can have fun with anyone or by myself.
Okay.
So it's not an issue. Yeah, I haven't had a bad date, I don't think.
Okay. Quick raise of hands just from the ladies. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been on a date and you wanted to see the guy again, but he did not want to see you? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel like that's everybody.
Really? Never. So that means that every guy you've ever been on a date wanted to see you again for another date.
To be fair, I have been in very long relationships as well. So, I mean, maybe these other people have, more dating experiences or more dates. But yeah.
How many dates have you been on in the past 3 years, approximately?
Well, I was in a 12-year relationship and then a year and a half.
Wow. When did that end?
The 12-year relationship?
Yeah.
The end of 2020.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So since then, how many dates?
Well, after that, I dated someone for a year and a half. And we broke up semi-recently, within the last year. And so since then, I don't know how many dates.
Like approximately, like just throw it a number that could be close to it.
I don't know. I can't even, in the last week?
Sure.
Okay, in the last week, probably 4 or 5.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Okay, so you're
trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah, I can see that. You're either going on lots of dates in a row.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, this guy, we're getting into a relationship.
I'm booked and busy.
Wow. Real quick, just quick summary before we move on. Why did the 12-year end?
Of course. I mean, when you're with someone that long, we started dating when we were 12 and 13. You grow together through so many phases. And then
you started when you were in like 7th grade?
Correct, 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. But we grew through so many phases together. And then at some point, I feel like we were growing in different directions. And that was my best friend. I had a lot of love for that person, but I knew that values-wise and where we wanted to be in life and who we were becoming were just not the same. Okay.
Are you still friends?
I wouldn't say we're friends, but I mean, if he called me up, I'd be there for him if he needed me.
When's the last time you texted?
When is the last time he reached out?
Or you?
The last time he reached out was March.
Okay. So it's been a few months. All right, cool. Great. Great answers. We got a great panel. Let's go into some housekeeping. So tonight, if you have a question or you have something that you need to be said, you can super chat. And if you super chat, it will guarantee that it will be shown on the screen. I will read it. We will interact with the guests in any way. We are reading all super chats tonight. So whatever you leave, we will discuss it. We'll talk about it. I will do my best to answer and talk to anyone else's questions or comments. We'll get to people as we can. As if you've been watching the past few lives, obviously it's a lot harder if you don't do a super chat. Also, for super chats tonight, special for tonight, if you do a $300 super chat, not $2.99, not $2.98, $300 or more, I will take a very hefty swig of Malort, which I think I tried this once. I have no idea. I don't remember what it tastes like, but I know it's not too good. Does anyone here like Malort?
I've never had it.
It's awful.
Who's had it? Raise your hand. Who's had it? 3 people, 4 people. Okay, we'll see who ends up drinking it tonight. Because tonight, again, we are playing
Rich or Bitch.
Tom loves it. It came through.
Rich
Again.
or Bitch.
That's right. I just love the long, drawn out explosion. Okay, so Rich or Bitch, we played this last week. I had fun, so we're going to play it again. What is Rich or Bitch? Tonight, as you watch, you're going to see who you like, who you agree with, who you don't agree with, who you don't like. It's a popularity contest. So for all the panelists here, at the end of the live, you are going to vote for the person you like the best. So the person who gets the most votes will be Rich.
Rich or Bitch.
Or Bitch. And the person or people who have the least votes will have to take a shot of Chicago's finest Malort because, I mean, we're in Chicago, so why not take a beautiful shot?
And don't just not vote for us if we haven't taken it yet.
Don't listen to Jenna. You can do whatever you want. And again, I will take a hefty it's a new bottle, so I won't be able to fake it. So $300. This is going down the guzzle. Otherwise, I am out on the Rich or Bitch. You cannot vote for me. You have to vote for one of the panelists. Okay, does that sound good? Good. And guess what? Everyone's playing tonight. Last week, one person did not play, which was upsetting. But tonight, everyone's in, which is pretty cool. So, what else? Tonight's topic, we're talking about our modern women wife material. You know, it's an interesting topic because it might sound, I know I've been talking a lot about red pill topics lately. People have been saying this is like, oh, another one of those red pill type shows. And I get it. But here's the thing. What makes me different from all these other red pill crazy characters out there is I coach guys. I want them to meet women. I want them to find whatever it is you're looking for, right? So if a guy wants casual relationships, great. If a guy wants a girlfriend, great. You want a wife, great. I assist in that, as you know, from watching my videos, or if you're new here, I have lots of videos on how to do that. I have a coaching program. I have courses on how to do it. So I want you to find an amazing woman or amazing women that you want to be with. I know they're out there. I thought it'd be fun tonight to see if tonight any of the panelists are wife material, assuming they want to be wives. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna find out. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Is I'm here to help men. I want to help. Excuse me. I want to help men. I want to help you. And if you are interested in getting help, if you want to take your dating life to the next level, what does that mean? That means that you want to have a profile that's attracting the right women. If you want to learn how to go out and meet women in person and learn how to attract them, get over approach anxiety. I know a lot of guys these days absolutely hate the apps. I totally understand how it can be very discouraging going on the apps in 2023. I still believe that you can do very well with those. But if you're a guy who just wants to meet women in person, we help you do that. So all the ways we help you meet an amazing woman, the woman that you should be with or the women that you should be with. If you want more information on that, there's a very quick video over at trippadvicecoaching.com. I'll put a link here on the screen. Also, you can just memorize it. It's trippadvicecoaching.com. Go there, watch the video, and you can learn more about how the coaching program works. And we have people on staff right now to take calls with you. So that means that if you book a call with my team, it is free. You will learn all about coaching, how it works, how we can help you. And we'll see if you're a good fit, and you'll see if we're a good fit for you, right? We only want to work with people we know we can help. So trippadvicecoaching.com, book a time slot with my team. Let's get you help. We have been able to do amazing things. We just signed up. I think he was just a little bit over 70 years old. Our oldest client at this point. We've worked with guys also who are as young as 18. So if you fall anywhere from 18 to 70, you think, oh, I'm too young, or you think I'm too old. It's impossible that we cannot help you. That's a double negative. Let's just say it is very possible that we can help you. So trippadvicecoaching.com. Okay, let's go to introductions. So we'll start over here. You're going to say your name, your age, what you do for work, your relationship status. If you don't remember any of these, I'll say it again.
Okay. It's like it's going.
I know. Name, age, work, relationship status. And then you guys got a head start here. Sorry. But in 3 words or less, create your perfect date. Okay.
Okay, like location and stuff, or like
whatever you want, whatever that
No,
means
I'm
to you.
like-
It's going to be 3 words. You're just going to say them, whatever that means to you. It could be a place, an adjective. I would just be curious to hear what everyone says. But yeah, start off with name, age, work, relationship status.
All right. Well, I'm Aliyah. I'm 27 and I work in education. I won't get into that because it's difficult to explain what I do, but I work with high school students. And
Just try. Can't be that hard.
So I just work, they have new, like how they do testing and stuff. They have new regulations for that. And so I just help carry that out basically.
Cool.
And so I work with seniors and like helping them graduate, ACT, SAT, all that. And I'm from the south suburbs, but hopefully I'll be a city girl soon. I'm just trying to move out here. And what else?
Relationship status.
Oh, I'm single. I've been single for 2 years, but I'm also a very situationship type girl. So my longest relationship has been like a year. And yeah. And my perfect date, I would have to say spontaneous. Something. Okay, 3 words. Spontaneous.
That's a good one. You got this.
Fun and nighttime. I don't know.
Okay. You said you're a situationship type girl.
I am.
Does that mean you like situationships?
Not that I like them. I think that I attract them, like situationships. Like, I just feel like I attract people who don't know what they want. I want to be in a relationship. I do, but I just attract people who don't know what they want. They either hung up on their ex or they just want to be out here, talking to everybody, and I don't want to do that. So I just feel like I go from just like little like weeks relationships or month relationships, and I do want to be like in a long-term relationship though. That's what I'm looking for right now.
I've never heard that term before.
Situationship?
I've never heard
Oh my
that.
god,
I didn't know.
the Jada Will Smith.
I didn't know it was until you kept talking and explaining it more. Because I was like, what is she talking about?
This will be interesting. Okay, name, age, work, relationship
so
status.
My name is Alex. I'm 31. I do bottle service.
See, 31. This is why you don't know what a situationship is.
I mean, I'm 27.
Oh, relationship is, or you meant
You said situationship. You said you don't.
Yeah,
you never heard that before.
I've never heard it before.
Yeah. So, who has the best definition for that?
Oh no, I got it the more she talked, but in the
Okay,
very
so you
beginning
get
when
it.
I get it now, but when she
Okay.
first started talking, I was like, what is she talking about? Yeah. But my ideal, I guess in 3 words, would be definitely biking, the lake, and biking, the lake. Oh, damn it, I had it, but I can't remember.
It's a lot better than mine already.
Oh, during the day. During the day. Biking during the day by the lake. 3 words.
Okay. Sorry, relationship. You're single, right?
Yeah.
And how long is your?
Since my last
How
one.
long ago? Yeah, since your last relationship.
It's been 3 years.
Okay. I'm adding that into one of the questions, by the way, when your
Alright.
last relationship was.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm Mia. I'm 28. I'm single. My last relationship, my real last long-term relationship was 2017. I've had like situationships, but the last one was almost a year ago. It was 6 months. So it was like a short relationship. But since then, just been single, little like situationships here and there. I work in the service industry. So bartending, serving, and my ideal date, is that what he said? No, describe it.
Yeah, your perfect date in 3 words.
I was gonna say like concert / festivals, but then I was like, like if I'm hot, I'm stressed, and I'm like, that would I don't want to be mean to anyone.
Okay, so it wouldn't be that then.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be that. I don't know. I like being outdoors. I like sitting outside in places like restaurants or trying something new, food bars.
This is so many words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's like
No,
3
simmer
words.
down. I'm so
Rooftop.
long-winded. Rooftop. Yes, rooftop. Music.
Okay, it's enough. You've
Okay.
said
Thank you.
too many words.
Thank you. I'm done.
Okay,
Next.
moving on. Yeah.
All right. I'm Ashley. I am 23 years old. I am a model and content creator. I would say, well, I've been single literally my whole life. I've never seriously dated somebody.
What's your longest situationship?
Like a month, like in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, you're young. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then I would say my ideal date would be something like adventurous, food, and music. Because I love to eat and I love to dance.
That would be a festival. That sounds like a festival. Okay. Cool.
All right, I'm Patrick, and I'm 32. And my last relationship was earlier this year, ended around March of this year.
How long was it?
We dated for 8 months or so. And that was probably like a short span in comparison to other relationships I've been into in the past.
Did you say I love you?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Aw.
So it was a pretty serious,
You got a bonus question.
relationship.
It was serious. Yeah, it was definitely serious. But she said, I love you first. So
Had to put it right.
Who ended the relationship?
it was actually her. So
What was her reason?
I think because she was really analytical, very so she was an engineer. I'm more in entertainment marketing, creative based work, and she's very analytical based work. And she's a very 9-to-5er. So she's not like she was more so working to live, not living to work. And with my job, those borders it transcends my personal life. So I'm pretty much working pretty much daily, building my brands, doing my work and everything like that, where hers is more structured. And I think that was probably the biggest dividing factor, though I felt we were getting extremely close during the time we were together. So
Are you bummed?
Heartbroken. I mean, it's been a while since the breakup, so I'm over it.
You're over it.
But again, like it always hurts getting, I've never been broken up with until that point. So it was a big eye opener for me, for sure.
Okay.
So, and I'm as I mentioned, entertainment marketing. I also perform as a DJ. I do a lot of events with Live Nation, and I tour all over the Midwest. That's my weekends. But dominantly the work week throughout the weekdays is marketing and media. So
Cool. Average Adventure said that's sad to hear. Poor Patrick. I don't know if that was sarcasm or not, but
it is very sad to hear. Well, thank you for the sympathy.
Cool. Over here.
All right. I am Jenna, 27, currently single, but I am a relationship girl.
Sure are.
Clearly. I work in early childhood mental health, and I'm also merging into sales part-time. My ideal date, 3 words. I would say energetic, outside, and honest.
Okay. Cool.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it. This is a nice, diverse panel. Okay. So today's episode, we're talking about wife material. What is wife material? Who would make a good wife? What does that even mean? So I want the guys who are watching to understand, what kind of women are out there, what we're dealing with right now, who's out there in the dating marketplace. This is just like a small sample. So I'm really curious to see. So we'll start with the first question. Over here, do you want to get married? And if so, what makes you wife material?
Yikes. This question is so overarching. I think that I do want to get married one day.
Do you know when?
Tomorrow. No, I don't know. Just, I think whoever I'm with, it just depends. If I'm feeling it and they ask me, then yeah. It doesn't matter how long it takes.
That's so casual. If I'm feeling it, they say,
Anybody
hey, want to get married? Yeah, why not?
Why
The
not?
vibe, if the
Let's do
vibe
it.
is there.
Let's keep the good vibes going. But
So Gen Z of you.
I don't know. I just I do want to get married, but I don't like the question about wife material because I think it's so different for everybody. Patrick's version of a wife is not maybe your, definition of a wife. And so, you're looking for different people. And so, and when I describe myself as like a wife, it's just whoever sees me as a wife, who sees those kind of like those, I don't know,
Like attributes.
Attributes, there you go. As a wife, that's who it's, it's not overarching or anything. So I don't know. I think that's like when people say the question, oh, she's not like wifey or anything.
Yeah, it comes down to like the roles. Like what roles are you trying to play in the relationship? And it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think I'm wifey because I'm fun. And I don't know, I am very nurturing. So that's like one thing that I would say, it's wifey material. I don't know. I think
Fun and nurturing. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's, in a sense, it's up to the buyer to assess like what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But as someone who's dating, there is a sense of you have to sell yourself.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you put on makeup.
I don't have makeup on. I'm just kidding. I totally have makeup on.
I would be very shocked.
I think you look incredible.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think when I'm dating, I don't try to do so much to please the person that I'm with. I just go out there, be myself, and they either like me or they don't. We're either compatible or we're not. I don't want to try too hard to be compatible with somebody. If that's not what they're looking for, then there's 8 billion other people in the world that they can go look for. And it's same on my end. And so it doesn't have to be.
Totally. But still.
I really like your answer, by the way. It's better than I ever thought.
Why?
Yeah. Not because it's very honest and it's true. But everything that she said is perfect. Nail in the head.
Which part connected to you the most?
Everything. Like, if you connect to someone and you like it, you're not trying too hard and it just works. It doesn't matter what you have to give.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, if she can't cook, she's not wifey, she can't clean, she can't do that. Like, and you say like, I'm not looking for a maid. I'm not looking for like a chef or whatever.
Right.
Like, I'm just looking for someone.
And I don't think you have to put those certain attributes out there just to say that you're a wife. Like, oh, I cook, I clean. I can cook, I can clean.
You don't think that's valuable?
No, I do, but I'm saying I don't have to put it out there to say that I'm a wife. It's just either you like me for who I am, and then those things just come along with it, or they don't. And that's why I think you get into relationships to figure out who that person is. And once you figure out, oh, this girl's messy, she doesn't know how to cook, and you don't want that, you can easily just move on to the next person.
Or
you don't have to berate them or anything because they don't do those things and say that's not a wife because they don't do those things. And it could be other things too. So
it depends who you date, because they're like, oh, we could just hire someone to clean for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, or
like
the man can cook.
Yeah.
The man
I'm a personal
Or some
chef on the
people,
side too.
yeah.
And then
Do you think a lot of men want to be cooking in the relationships?
well, some
So
guys
some
do.
do,
yeah.
It depends who you're dating.
Yeah.
We can cook together.
My dad,
yeah.
with my mom and my dad, my mom cooks and everything. There's 6 of us, so there's a lot of us. So she would cook for us, but my dad loves to cook. And so he just found that, he cooks and she cleans. And
That's their dynamic.
Yeah, I
If you
agree.
like
Like,
them,
if the guy wants to do that, or he wants a woman to do that, or vice versa, or whatever, as long as there's a 50-50 dynamic going on.
yeah. I think you also have to find that person too. Some people don't want to be 50-50. So you have to find that person that if someone wants to be 50-50 and you don't, people are who they are, and you can't change people, especially at our big old age.
Let me change the question a little bit. Why should someone date you?
Why should they date me?
Yeah. Like, I guess we'll take it down a notch. Okay. So maybe if it's not wife material. Wait, why is everyone laughing? What did I miss?
Was I getting too crazy?
Because no, I mean, I feel like I've heard fun and nurturing.
Oh, so why should people date me?
Yeah. Why should why should a guy be with you? Date, be with you, wife you up, like all the above.
Because things I like to do, I would have to go through a whole list of things I like to do to say that why would you want to be with me? So
this question got real challenging.
it did.
I think it's am I wrong? Like, I think this is like a chat real
All right,
quick.
pull it over here.
To the chat.
Pull it over
do
here.
you guys think I'm asking a difficult question? I just want to hear. Chat, chime in. Tell me like yes or no. Like, is this a difficult question? Yes, if it's difficult. No, if it's not. I just want to hear from you. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. We can move on. I'm just fun and nurturing.
Okay. Well, you haven't sold me. Let's go to Alex.
Yes.
Okay, Alex.
Yes.
Do you remember the question? What makes you? What
Wifey
makes you?
material.
Well, okay. We'll say first. You want to get married.
I do.
Okay, you want to get married. Do you know when you want to get married?
When I meet the right person, I've had offers and stuff like that, but it's
You've had offers.
yeah. Obviously, I'm like 31, so obviously, you know. But I've been wanting to wait. Now I feel like I'm getting
Wait,
too old.
have you had offers like proposals?
No, we talk about it. People try to like do other things. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I've been too picky when I was, but I would still stand by what I. It's complicated, but
It always is. Okay,
Yeah.
so you do want to get married. What makes you wife material? You can't
Yeah.
have the same answers.
Can't be
Should I use something
nurturing.
generic like she's really good at cooking?
No, whatever you want.
Okay, so I
guess you could. I mean,
So I'm a
you
personal
could.
chef on the side, so I do
Okay.
that, and I do make fabulous meals and stuff like that, and people do appreciate that. So
You're a good listener.
well, thank you.
Such a good way to say so.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You guys, anyone buy here?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No. Okay.
That's a-
What's going on over there?
Okay. So you've said that you think guys might like that you cook.
Yeah, because it's like one of the criterias of like people like, oh, she cooks, she cleans, oh, she's nurturing. It's like the basic. That's what.
I have a sense that those things bother you.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You kind of make a face when you say it.
Oh, like the base. It's just
Like,
when
oh,
you
they
see
say
like
they want this. Unless I'm wrong.
no, it's like when you see like the memes and stuff. Everything's like, oh, she can't do this. Oh, she can't do that. Like it's just like typical.
I mean,
Typical.
do you think there's something wrong with a guy wanting those things?
No, but if you look like now, like guys can't do a lot of things either. Like
It's not as
You know.
traditional. Like those are like traditional
like
views.
old traditional, but
Yeah.
guys are like we have to be traditional, but guys
Yeah.
don't know how to like what's a screwdriver? Like what's this? and
Yeah.
that.
How do I change
Yeah.
oil?
Yeah, like oh, I have a flat tire. Oh, what do I
Okay, so the
do?
argument is then
Like
because
We have to
men
be- we
today
have to
are
stay the
not doing
same.
man things, as a female, you should not be doing female things.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't be doing females, but we shouldn't be like set to a higher standard
Yeah.
than men.
Explain that. That's interesting.
What do you mean? Like women always have to be perfect. Men can be more flawed. Men can be. I don't how they.
Patrick, do you agree?
just like fair, right?
You guys get to be more
Fair.
flawed. If I have like my hair is frizzy, I will have some guy will tell me even at the bar or anything like that, or they're so quick to tell you what your flaw is, and I'm just like, look at you, like you're
Wow.
I can smell your breath from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna tell me
Savage.
how I have like stretch marks on my legs or something like that.
Someone said that?
I was on a boat and my friends, it was some guy or whatever, and he was sitting there laughing at me and he was like, you have stretch marks on your ass. And I was just like, the fuck?
You probably rejected him though, and he was hurt. Maybe.
No, it was just I wasn't even talking to him. It was like I swear, I think he was just drunk and came up to me and just wanted to point out one of my flaws. I get that all the time.
That
I'll have
literally-
like guys like come up to me and tell me like random flaws that I have, and I was like, the fuck what did I do to deserve that? You know? I don't know. It happens to me all the time.
Something
Okay.
like that happened to me recently too. Someone said I wasn't girlfriend material, and I was like, because I don't know whatever reason it was, but
Yeah.
What was it?
well, I took him to my hometown and he met like my friends and family and everything like that. Like not my family, but we went out, whatever. And he said that I have all these guy friends and I have all kinds of friends. Like, you know what I mean? And I introduced him to everybody. I wasn't being disrespectful. And he said I always wanted to go out and that I have too many guy friends. So then I wasn't girlfriend material.
That's like a
And I
thing
was like,
now.
Oh, that's
Well,
like a big thing. Like if you
I
can't
could
have
bring
guys
stuff
too
up
much,
about
Or you can't have guy
you.
friends.
So he
You
was
cannot have
uncomfortable
guy
that you had a lot of
friends.
guy friends.
I guess. And I mean, that's fine. Like it didn't work out. It wasn't meant to be because I mean,
I can understand how that could be a problem.
yeah.
Let's put
Why is
let's put you in the situation. Imagine he introduces you to all these girlfriends. You're totally cool with it.
I mean, it wasn't a bunch of guys. Like it was like 1 or 2, 3 guys. My best friend, my brother, and then people that I've worked with or just people that I have made friendships with. But I mean, I feel like that comes with insecurity too.
Yeah, because sometimes guys can be a lot more fun because girls just sit there and talk about like relationships and guys, and it can be really annoying. But hanging out with guys, they actually do things. They do fun things. They talk about things that are more exciting. They don't talk about their boyfriends. They don't talk about this and that.
Drama,
And it's
I mean,
Yeah, but they all want to
obnoxious.
have sex with you.
But you don't.
I'd rather be blind.
All of your guy friends.
I feel like the
want
guy
to
at the gas
sleep with
station
you.
wanted to have sex with me. The guy I walk down the street because
Yeah.
someone wants to have sex with me.
Yes.
So I
I definitely
can't hang
don't
out with
assume that
someone because
either
they
or
want to
think
have
that.
sex with me.
No, you can hang out with whoever you want to hang out with, but could you understand on the guy's side that it might be uncomfortable if the girl he's dating has a lot of guys that want to sleep with her?
Because he knows how he is with his girlfriends, and so he probably thinks that's how.
Should he
you're-
lock-
Most
should he
guys don't
lock me in
have
my-
a lot
should
of
he-
girlfriends,
should he lock
and
me
they
in my
usually
closet-
don't
in the
want to sleep
closet
with him
then?
because he's in the friend zone.
I actually, well, I know someone.
I don't think that's true because I have friends that are just we're friends. And I've known them for years.
I understand,
I
but they
did ask
still
my guy
they're not
friend
telling
this.
you that they want to sleep with you. They just would. They might not be
that's just
actively
a,
trying.
so that's just
Yeah, I
a
agree
natural
with
thing.
that.
Then I guess. Would you say that's just natural?
Well,
That guys want to sleep with a girl that they're friends with? It's just like a natural, or
I
is
would
it-
say it's most of the time yes.
so it's natural. So if it's natural, then it's natural for me. Sneeze, natural for me to laugh at something that's not funny.
Mhm.
It's just natural.
I get where
Okay,
you're
hold
coming
on.
from.
I'm curious where you're going with this. Yes, I guess it is natural. Sure,
Yeah.
that's an
If it's
interesting way of
natural,
putting
then
it.
why would you care about them? It's just like a natural thing.
Well, because a guy who's dating you wants to know that you're going to be by his side and be loyal.
What does that have? So, how is that with anything? Because I have a guy friend, I'm sleeping with that guy
See,
friend.
this is the problem: is a lot of women don't understand what it's like to be a guy, where a guy is not getting offered sex all the time.
So I have plenty of guy friends. I've never cheated on anybody in my entire life. It's not my personality.
That's great.
It's not but so I think it's a personality trait. People that cheat is a personality trait.
Mhm.
It's just who they are as a person. Doesn't matter who they're with. That's just who they are.
Okay, let's rewind. We're a tad off topic. There were so many things I wanted to say. and I should have
I can see
taken
the
notes.
wheels spinning.
So many things. Okay.
So you said,
Alex, we were still on you. Okay. Right. So you were saying, I remember now. You were saying that
guy friends.
no, way before that, there's all these like guys who want these certain that you've heard, like as the
Oh.
cliche that guys
Oh,
want
yeah, yeah.
certain
Wife
attributes.
Yeah.
And you kind of like, feel that that's something that's a little bit like cliche or weird, or you've heard it before. And then you said, oh,
That's
well,
like the typical-
men aren't being men. So
Yeah.
almost like you're saying, why should women be women? I would just want to dive
It's
deeper
more
into
like-
that point.
Like you said, like more modern, like we're more modern, like we don't like you can just have someone clean your house or something like that. It's just that's
Would
all
you
it is.
consider yourself a modern woman?
Opposed to
Yeah,
what?
yes and no.
Like
Yes
traditional?
and no.
I would say yeah, as opposed to traditional.
I don't. That's difficult. I would say it's a yes and no.
I think we can probably find out. Let's dive deeper into why. What are the
no.
what make back to the original question. What makes you wife material?
I don't know that I would do if I
You
was
said
like.
something about cooking, but you didn't seem to like that answer.
Oh no, I do like that. I do
Like,
appreciate that.
I guess I want to.
I guess wife
I don't want to
material,
put
if
words in
you're-
your mouth. Like sell me a little bit.
So okay,
Don't
then,
just
so
say
wife-
things that like I or
Sorry.
people want to hear.
Listen, wife material. Your wife would do anything. So if I were to get married to someone, I would be married for them forever. It doesn't matter, like loyalty 100%, because I would never want to get divorced. My parents got divorced, and it was awful.
Mhm.
So I've been so picky because I only want to get married once. And if I do it, and if anything happens, we can just figure it out. If anything happens, we can just figure it out. But wouldn't want divorce on the table. It would never be on the table because we would figure it out.
Cool. I love
That's what
that.
it is.
That's great.
Jesus.
Anything else? No, listen, this is not about trying to impress the host.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not.
Like-
but it's like you have to find the words.
Yeah.
No.
You don't know how you feel. Like can't express your words.
Have
Yeah,
you-
we need to see it.
Quick raise of hands. Even Patrick, you can raise your hand here. Just like, have you ever thought about trying to be wife or husband material? Like, has that ever crossed your mind of like, I want to be something that I know the person I'm trying to attract wants? Raise your hand. Okay, half the people. Okay. So then you should have more to say here. I got cooking and loyalty.
She thought she was delusional.
She's ready to move on.
I'm not trying to trick anyone. This is just like a very normal
It's
question.
just I don't know. That's all I got.
Okay. That's
Leave-
all
leave on a
Alex
high
has.
note.
Thank you, Alex. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Mia, let's go to you.
Was it if I'm wife material?
Okay. Yeah. So
Do you want to be married?
you can just help host. You've been
There
doing
you go.
great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Yeah,
it.
I was like, where
Yes.
are we in the conversation?
First question. Do you want to get married?
If it happens, it happens. I
Okay.
don't have any expectations if it.
So you're okay not getting married? Like if you don't meet the right guy, you're okay with it not happening?
I think. I mean, that's the way my life was intended to be. Then yeah.
Okay. Do you
I
want
think
kids?
I've accepted that. Do I want kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like badly? Like scale 1 to 10, 10. I really want kids, 0, 9.
I'm
at
in
all.
like the acceptance like of it all. Like if I don't have any, if I do have it, like you know what I mean? Like I've always wanted my own family. I've always wanted to have this like whole life, but if it's not meant for me, then it is what it is.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, well, how would you answer the question then? Because it seems like you want to get married, but you don't care too much. Are you dating?
It's like here and there.
Okay. When's the last time you've been on a date?
Actually last week.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty recent.
But it was like spontaneous. It was randomly like kind of we haven't been texting that much, so it's like last minute type
How'd
of
you
thing.
meet him?
Hinge.
Okay. So you're on a dating app.
Well, I deleted it.
Okay. It was the app meant to be deleted.
Are you sponsored?
No, we are sponsored by Malort and this $100 bill.
Richer bitch.
What'd you say?
Richer bitch.
Couldn't hear ya.
Rich.
We'll come back around. 3, 2, 1.
Or bitch.
That's right. So for those of you who are joining us,
Good segue.
we are doing a popularity vote.
Rich.
Oh, it's still going. I need one of those things.
Like a sound
Yeah.
board.
Buttons.
Yeah.
Tom, you and I have a very interesting
You need that, like, what?
relationship. I love and I hate him. I came to him. I called him, I don't know, 3 months ago. I said, listen, man, I want to do the show. It's going to be like me and like, I want 8 people. Like, sorry, dude, I can do
2
like,
palms.
I could do 4 people. I'm like, what? Including me? Yeah, I can just do 4 people. And I just had to keep on pushing him to get this. Anyways, all right.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
But Tom
To
came
Tom.
through.
Shout out to Tom.
Hey, to Tom.
To Tom.
To Tom.
Cheers.
There should be we need a producer cam. That's
We'll work on that too.
okay. We'll work on that too. Yeah. So rich or bitch at the end, you're going to vote for who is your favorite. The person who gets the most votes gets the 100. Person with the least votes, even if it's a tie, has to take a shot of Malort. And I will take a nice, healthy swig of this for a $300 super chat. It's not even so much that I want the super chat. I would just be curious if someone would actually do that. So
It's limited to one time. Like, what if 2 people or
Ooh,
one
is it
person-
limited to one time?
Yeah, is it
Like
a one and
600.
done?
okay, I have a
Like, what
phone
if it
that
happens-
has Uber and Lyft. So that means that I don't have to drive home. So if multiple people give over $300 super chats, I will take multiple swigs of this thing.
There you go.
All right, we all going in
So-
on it.
So there's 10K in super chats tonight. I will be vomiting horrendously. But I will be, I guess, semi-rich. All right. Where were we? Lost my place. You had a date. Okay, so you're dating. Well, you deleted the dating app. Why did you delete it?
I didn't have enough storage in my phone.
Feel that.
Okay, so
That's
you're
classic.
super loosey goosey on this
Yeah.
dating thing.
For me, it's like I meet you in real life. I meet you on Hinge. I'm bored. I'll download Hinge. See.
I feel like that's every girl.
But I also
Can't sleep at night.
eat. But I moved up here a year ago from Florida, so it's also like I've met people and it didn't work out in a relationship way, and that's fine. It just platonic friendships. So I'm like, oh hey, like I met their friends, like whatever. And if I'm out in the city, like, what are you guys doing, or where should I go, or whatever. Like, and some of them actually have girlfriends, like friends that are girls, And then I've been like became friends with them too. So, and then like their friends. So it's just for me, like meeting people in general, since I'm not from here. But
Okay. So what about like sex? Like, are you interested in having sex or being physically intimate, physically close with someone? Like, if you're not actively dating, do you think about that? Do you get lonely? Like, does that ever cross your mind? Or do you have some like fuck buddies?
No, I don't know. I'm kind of not, it's not on my mind all the time, but if it happens, it happens. So it just depends on the person. But no fuck buddies.
Okay. Are you asexual?
I guess you could say that, but if
Well,
it's more,
would you say that?
Do you know the
Yeah.
definition of asexual?
yeah, it's like more like on the intellectual term, like
No, that's
No.
that's
It's like-
sapiosexual.
sapio. Oh,
It means
Um,
like you don't like anybody.
yeah,
you don't like
term-
male or female.
Very good.
You're not attracted to anybody. That's
no,
asexual.
No,
actually, I know
honestly.
that's it.
thought it
It
was
says it's
asexual.
Only one.
a term used to describe someone who does not
Like-
experience sexual
like
attraction
sex,
towards
Yeah.
individuals of any gender. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't feel that attraction.
I mean, I do. It just depends on the person.
She's not asexual.
No, it just depends on the person.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know if you have an answer to the question, but what makes you wife material? Well, you do want to get married, so I think it is a
yeah.
valid question
For
you.
me, I mean, in my relationships, I love a best friend. I'm a best friend. Like first and foremost, like I'm here for you. Like loyalty came up earlier. I don't know. Like life is hard as it is. Why make it harder? So let's just, I just be with somebody and not make, I don't know, just make the best out of life, I guess.
Okay. I mean, yeah, relationships still do take work. It's not going to
Mhm.
be easy.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. It's
So
like compromising.
loyalty. That it?
Yeah, I guess. I'm a best friend. I would just say that.
Okay, best friend. What makes you a best friend?
That's a
Like,
really hard question.
It is a hard question. I'm like, wait, who
I
am
didn't
I?
think-
I went blank.
I didn't think it was going to be that
I
hard.
can't wait to be the last person to answer.
She's like, I
It
have
should
a
be really
list.
good. 'cause
Yeah,
you
it should
have
be
time.
easy for you. You've had so much time. You know what?
I don't want to repeat what
we're-
everyone says,
We're
though.
going to you then. We're skipping
All
around.
right, let's do it.
What do you
Yeah,
got?
thank
Do you
you.
want to get married?
I do want to
For
be
sure
married.
you want to get married. You're in so many relationships. Okay.
Not so
Um,
many.
Yeah, well,
Long-term.
you've been in many long-term
Harmlessly.
relationships.
A few, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so what makes you wife material?
I mean, loyalty, obviously. If I could be with someone for 12 years, never cheat, anything like that, then I think that demonstrates loyalty. Compromising was another one, but I think a big one that no one's talked about already is confidence. I think I've learned that in my long-term relationships.
Okay.
I used to be pretty insecure, and now it feels great to be dating and feel confident in who I am and what I want. And so I think
So
that
is confidence what you want or what you think the guy wants?
what I want. And I talked about earlier, how I could be over accommodating. And so I learned that. And now I feel confident in what I want. And I don't have an issue telling someone.
Well, we're not talking about what you want. We're talking about what makes you wife material. So that would be, in a sense, what the guy would want.
I think they do want confidence, though. I think they want
Okay.
someone who's sure of themselves and who isn't going to bend to every little thing, and someone who doesn't need to be codependent or rely on someone else completely. I know a lot of guys do want a woman who might be a little bit reliant on them, but I think they also really respect and value someone who is sure of themselves.
Give me some examples of like real world examples of like what you mean when you say the things you just said.
So I think it's just about if I feel a certain way or if I have a certain value, if I don't agree with someone, then I'll call it out. I'll just say,
So you think a guy wants someone who's disagreeable?
not disagreeable, but someone who's willing to disagree.
You mean challenge him?
Yeah,
Challenge
help them
them
grow
mentally. Some people like to be
and
mentally stimulated.
maybe question their own
Yeah.
values because maybe they haven't before.
Right, like we're all growing as individuals, like every single day. So it's like you have to have somebody that
So
will
my ex
put you in
told
your
me,
place
he's like, we're
and
growing together.
in like a respectful
So
way,
cute.
and you can work through that together.
Yeah,
That's how I see
always
it.
growing.
Mhm.
Okay. Continue.
Elaborate on your question.
What else makes you wife material?
I would say another thing that that makes me wife material is just my ability to communicate honestly and respectfully. I am not a person who is going to escalate a fight. In fact, I do the opposite. So if I can sense that someone's getting upset or feeling some type of way, I'm really good about bringing the energy down and de-escalating a situation. So I would say I have pretty good communication skills.
Okay. Communication skills. Cool. Anything else? You can, I'll let you go on for half an hour if you got them. No time limit
Well,
here.
somebody hit me up, Jenna K. Anderson, shameless plug, and I'll show you. Why am I
Oh,
here?
she is in a sense shooting her shot to the people watching here. Well,
Let's do it.
eventually there will be, your Instagram will be in the description, so you might get some DMs or not. I don't know.
We'll find out.
If you get this tonight, when we play, give it a second.
For bitch.
So if you win this tonight, then maybe you will get a lot of DMs. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So that's it. That's it for you? Okay. Let's go over here.
Okay, so
So the question is, Ashley, do you want to get married?
I would love to get married, but it's not so much about the title. It's more so about like just the commitment in general. It's like, I don't need a ring to know that I trust you or that like we're in this for the long run. Like that's just a symbol. It's like, if you're committed to me, like I don't need to be married, like all this crazy stuff. It's like, I can just, be with you. Cause it's like, I had some people in my family that, they didn't like to be married. Like they got kind of nervous and anxious, they felt like tied down. Not that they were going to cheat, but just because they just felt like with the law, when the legal system gets involved, and if, I don't really know how to explain it, but I would love to get married, but if you love me, you love me. It's like, we don't.
So you don't have to get married.
Yeah.
So
if you're
with a guy and he doesn't propose ever, you're cool.
Yeah, as long as I know that you're like committed to me. Like that's just like a symbol to me. Like that's just like the present, I don't really know how else to explain it. That's just kind of.
I will say, just to disagree a little bit, I said that when I was in a relationship, obviously my very long-term relationship. I would say that, and then looking back, now I know, or I realize it's because I didn't want to marry this person. And so obviously everyone's different. Maybe you truly do feel that way, but maybe you also haven't found a person that you feel that way about. So I know for myself personally, if a man didn't want to show that declaration to me, I would question, is this the person that I want to be with? And do they want to be with me? Or are they going to step out? Are they going to, So I think that's just something that I noticed in my last relationship or past relationship, is that I would say that, I'm good. I don't need to be married. But looking back, there was a reason for that.
I think you'll figure
Hold
that
on,
out.
I want to
like,
ask you
in
real
your-
quick. I want to ask you to retort to
Oh,
that.
sorry.
That's okay. What do you think? She disagreed with you a little bit.
Or just question.
I mean, yeah, I'm just
You
like
questioned
I'm
it.
like a pretty open person. Like I might be honestly too easygoing. Like I'm just like, I don't really have strong opinions, I should say. So it just depends on who I meet and just how they are. But obviously I would love for somebody to be like head over heels for me, like, and want to marry me. But since I've not been in a serious committed relationship, I'm wondering, is that even possible for me?
That's what I was gonna say.
It's still
Is
possible.
it even
So-
possible?
It's still
In what
That's kinda
sense?
what I was saying
Yeah,
too.
because I was like you when I was 24. I have never been in a relationship. I was in a relationship until I was 25, and I didn't know what I want because you don't know, because you don't have the experience of being in a
Mhm.
relationship. So you don't know what comes with a relationship, honestly. So that's probably why you don't know if you want it or not.
Right.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, so because you've never been in a relationship before,
Mhm.
which
So
is what
it's hard.
basically what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then if I'm wifey material.
Yeah. So, well, I was thinking of where to go with that, but it still sounds like you do want to get married, though.
Yes.
Like you would prefer it.
Yes.
Okay. So what makes you wife material?
I'm very empathetic, and like I can feel when somebody's like, you know, upset, and I like run to it. Like I try to like help you, and it almost hurts me in a sense because it's like I don't get that in return sometimes. But I just feel like I'm just a very loving person, and I'll like always be there for you. And
So
obviously I like to
hearing
cook and
supportive.
clean and do all like the basic stuff, but you know, emotionally, like I'm very available and open.
Just
to
like
listening.
sweeping that under the rug.
Yes.
It's interesting.
It is an important thing because sometimes I lack that. You know,
Yeah, it's like
so.
you have to have like the emotional like availability for somebody, and I feel like I kind of have that.
Emotional availability. Okay. Yeah, like supportive, that sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What else?
Oh, that was my big hitting one.
I like it.
Yeah, I
That
mean, listen,
one.
it doesn't have to be a bunch of hard hitting ones. It can be small, it can be big. And now that I'm saying that, if anyone else wants to chime in with one that they're thinking about now, it doesn't have to be this grandiose, like, oh, I gotta get, I'm on the show, so I gotta give like really like too hard,
Like
like,
philosophical.
like whatever, like what all opinions and thoughts are welcome.
No, I thought it was really good.
Well, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of any more.
Okay, so so supportive.
Yeah.
That's it. You can chime in later if you think of anything else.
I'll hold on to that.
Okay, Patrick. So obviously you are a man. Sorry, ooh, that's not obvious. You're a man though. So what would make you husband material?
Wait, do you want to be married?
There you go.
Taking over the
You're sitting next
co-host.
to me. Yeah, do you want to get married?
So yes, I feel like as I got older, being in my early 30s, getting married has now become an expectation. And I know with Ashley, she's a little bit younger. She's not seeing it as a clear option, but like Jenna, she sees it as a form of validation for a relationship. And where I'm at now, I expect to be married.
Okay. Do you have an expectation of when?
I think for men it's different. I don't know.
For
I don't
you.
know.
Forget
Okay, so
men,
I would
for
say
you.
that I have time and I'm in no rush and I feel a strong sense of independence and can wait it out and give that time for the right person. The time limit would maybe be like, I don't know, early 40s or something. If it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, then there might be an issue, but I do feel confident that I can give it a little bit more time where I'm at right now in life. So.
Okay. Cool. What makes you husband material?
I would say a lot of times women nowadays want to find a man who's supportive, who expresses independence. And I mean, the key thing was the support, the loyalty factors. Men are expected, I think, in a lot of ways to provide. And that's a common trend, even though things are more balanced and equal now, which I love.
Stop worrying about judgments for a second.
Okay.
I know that there's an audience watching and there's an
I'm
audience
surrounded by women,
here,
okay?
You know, like, and this goes for everyone else here too. Just like, remember I said earlier before we started the show, like, honesty. Like, fuck everyone right now. Just like Patrick. Like,
We want the real you.
What makes you husband material?
I'd say that
Just say it without any but thing. I think just, yeah, go for it.
All right. So I would say it's the level of independence that I have and that I mentioned the providing. So I'd say because I'm a little older now, I'm not in that early 20s phase where I'm figuring things out. There's a lot of more conviction in my life right now where there's direction, there's expectations of where I want to be in a few years, in 5 years, 10 years. And I think that makes an attractive feature, especially when you're trying to project, can I spend my life with this person? So those are key factors. I'd say, being really kind and patient, those are givens. Being a good man and being someone who can protect, those are also very much givens that I feel are applicable. I'm not saying it because I think it's expected, but so those are keys right now.
Okay.
That would make me an attractive husband, partner.
Okay. So I heard supportive, loyal, provider, protector. Anything else?
I would say that one thing that's important to me is that when I want to follow my dream, I want to go for my goals, and I would also respect that. I would respect the decisions of my partner as well to strive for what her desires were. So I think that having that sense of I have a vision of where I want my life to go, that's something that will not only help me attract the right person, but will make me a stronger partner in regards to being supportive, being there, being someone who can project a good future, or something that something that a woman would be attracted to.
You
Okay.
studied the questions beforehand, didn't you?
I did not.
Well, he was the last one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So
Tripp hooked me up with some, the questions because
I
another
think-
man.
Yeah.
I think we all can agree with that.
It was kind
Yes.
of boiling up as you guys were speaking, and you all gave great answers. So
okay. So I'll give my opinion real quick on everything I heard here so far. I think most of your answers were kind of weak. Like they were all, just in my opinion, they were all very good things. A lot of you said loyal. Pretty much everyone said loyal or some form of supportive. One person said nurturing. And I hate to be a dick, but it just like, it's kind of interesting to see what's going on in the dating market. Like, I would hope that anyone would have a fucking long list of like, yeah, this is what makes me wife material. I do this, and this, or I'm a husband material, this, like just all these things. I think maybe it comes from, I don't know, maybe just not knowing or not caring or thinking like I should just go out there and people should just accept me for me, which the harsh reality is like, that's just not how dating works. What are you thinking over here?
Oh no, I like what you said at the end or whatever, and understanding that you're like, I feel like you see it different. Like you're going in for the kill. You know what you want. You're doing this in that relationship. That's what you do. So other people are more casual because we're not like, we'll just think that's just how it works. Love just falls from the sky, and we're just like this. But you do as a job, so you're like this. You have to have this, and you're more analyzed and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so that's
for
why
sure.
It's different.
For sure. It's also something I encourage. Like
yeah, no, but I liked what
yeah.
you said at the end, because I'm like, is this what I'm missing? Is this what I should be knowing? My
Right,
strengths
that's
and
making
my
us
weaknesses?
all
Because
think.
if I knew my strengths and weaknesses,
Yeah.
I would be better equipped to go on a proper date instead of just being like, let's have fun.
And be
Yeah.
proud of what
Exactly.
you have
Yeah.
to offer.
I guess, like,
So
intention
strategy
behind it, yeah.
and execution is everything. So I kind of like what you're saying. Yeah.
I'll get even more specific to what you said. I'll add on to what you said. Not just what are my strengths and weaknesses, but what are the strengths and weaknesses that I have that I know men are going to want?
Yeah.
Because I can sit here all
I like
day
that.
as a man
Yeah.
or a woman and say, well, I got this, and this. But if the opposite sex doesn't want that, then it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's nice for you for personal development,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean anything for how you're going to be effective in the dating market.
Yeah. I like what you said.
Any thoughts on what I just said there from anyone?
I feel like it comes down to, am I trying to be a man that's applying to the most amount of women? Am I trying to open up the net to be the most attractive man to the most, like to most women that exist on this world? Or am I trying to have integrity into who I am and admitting who I am and what my strengths are so that I can attract the precise person who would be okay with my lifestyle, who would be okay and accept where I am in my life and who I am? So that's where I think that's where the question becomes hard, because we're talking about the difference between the modern woman, traditional woman. I mean, what defines each side of that? I know it's clear to us what would make a traditional wife, or someone who would be attracted as a traditional wife or a modern wife, but it's just like that definition is changing, and it's so different for so many people.
You're right. The definition is changing. What I found is that even though the definition is changing and it's evolving from this traditional and coming to more modern, and there's more women who are modern women as opposed to traditional women, I found that the women are changing a lot, but the men are pretty much the same. So that's a disconnect there, where it's like, okay, all these women are changing. Men still want the same thing, but do men want modern women? From what I've seen on the internet, from all the men I've talked to, and the thousands of comments I've seen, even ones here, it seems that they don't want modern women and that they're unattracted to a woman who comes off as like the super feminist, modern women, independent. I mean, you're a guy, you're in the dating market. You tell me, like, are you attracted to that? Like, I'll rephrase it. You've heard a lot of these women here today say what makes them wife material. Are you sold?
there's a lot of like, if you were to combine everyone's reasons into one, I mean, these are all very amazing reasons, but I know you saying that they were all like kind of horrible, a little bit shallow in general. I can
Not shallow, just like
they were just very weak. They were weak because I think we're all not looking in the mirror sometimes and seeing, you know, what we really have to offer. We're hoping that we meet someone on Hinge and that we click and that we hit it off, and then it kind of just accidentally kind of progresses into
unrealistic.
something.
Hold on 1
this?
second. Answer the question though. I'm gonna get to you two in a second.
Okay.
Great stuff. Just
So the question being,
are you impressed? I don't know. I'm being honest. I'm not impressed. No one has impressed me yet. We still have time.
I think because we're in the early stages of meeting everyone, there's not as higher expectations. So just getting like an initial introduction to everyone is acceptable right now. So it's not like we're delving deep into everyone's lives. We'll probably get there in an hour.
I ask you and everyone watching, please raise your bar. Please raise your fucking bar. You know what I mean?
I agree.
What do you think I mean when I say that?
That you should have high expectations of the partner that you're with. And you should strive for someone who's inspiring you, somebody who will support you and emulate you in a lot of ways, but also someone who is just like kind of going for someone above, like dating up or dating somebody who, you know, might be out of your league, but you're attracted to and want to go for. I think that's what a lot of the coaching is involved in, is just really striving to go for that person you want to be with, or at least start initiating those conversations. And right now we're like in that initial phase where we just met everyone for the first time and we're all like really vulnerable to it at this point.
Totally. So someone said we are not impressed. Okay, well, let's get a chat vote. Is anyone so far?
Wait, can I defend?
Hold on.
Can I defend ladies
Can we
real quick?
defend?
Okay. We'll get to let's do it. Let's get to defense, and then I'll do the poll.
I just want to defend us for our reasoning for why it's not like, you know, we're just like kind of like
We're dumb, or
because
we don't know.
I think that men have to sell themselves more to women because, I mean, especially like.
So they have to do it first before you do it?
Well, I'm saying you're asking us a question and we're all just kind of like, well, I never really thought about it. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing. We should think about it more, but I think I'm defending us and saying we don't have it at the top of our, like, you know, at our list because we don't really think about it. Like, I think men have to sell themselves more in the dating area. Like women,
it's more gradual for us. We don't just like come out and be like, I'm good at this. Look at me. You know, that's more the ego.
And I think
because you're probably all just like a little bit entitled, right?
I do agree. I think women.
Yeah, we all think that we're baddies.
Like, people out there, don't get mad at me.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. The fact that you guys are admitting this, is actually, in my opinion, giving you points.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can't
that.
grow unless you admit it. And, you know, because like you said, we should have these lists to say like why we are, you know, I wouldn't say worthy, but like, you know, why we're good for somebody. And we don't think about it because if you think even like on dating apps,
we just know it.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on a dating app and like
there.
I can have tons of people that I can pick a date from. And well, from what I know from like my guy friends, they don't. Like they do have to try. They have to think about what goes on their profile. They have to think about, you know, their pictures. Like we can just kind of put ourselves out there and that's it. Like we don't really have to think about it, but we should. So
if we want to be more like successful with finding the right person. I think so.
I don't know.
If Mia's here. If Alex was here, I'd want to talk to her because she's older and I'd want to get her opinion on some things. But okay, so yeah, good points there.
I think I was just defending us. That's it. I got us, ladies.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? So I hear your defense. You're saying, well, it's almost like you're saying it's just ignorance. Like, oh, we just don't think about it.
After what you said, I'm like, I should be thinking about what
Can you imagine though, all the men hearing this? They're just like face palming themselves like, oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
we're
sitting
out here
women,
working
it's like
so
we have to show you. Like I can't just be like tell you like a list of things. It's like you will see it through my actions that I can do this. But not a lot of guys get that time with me because it's like I'll go on like a few dates here and there, but they don't even get anywhere near like who I am as a person because they just ghost me. It's like they're just immediately not interested. It's like why I can't really show you who I actually am.
Do you get ghosted a lot?
Yes, actually.
I do too.
Yeah. And I have no idea why.
Like percentage of like guys you've been on dates with that have ghosted you.
That's why I'm single.
Yeah, but
For real.
So 100%?
Yes, I know.
Every guy you've been on a date with ghosts you.
You've never stopped talking to a man. It's always been
Yeah.
Well,
And I have no idea why.
I think
you ever
recently-
asked?
Yeah, you don't
No,
have
that's
any,
also
you don't
another
have
thing.
any idea
Well,
why?
obviously, I'm not going to be like, why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you texting me? It's like, okay, no, I just like
it's
ignore
good.
it.
But there's
Feedback.
no self-awareness at all. It's not even a clue.
No, because I focused on the vulnerability thing. I knew I was being a little bit too much. But for me, I feel like I just go with the flow, and maybe men see me as I'm not like really looking for something serious, but I internally am. Maybe I have a problem with showing people what I truly want, and I kind of am just like to myself. It's like I should be vocalizing this, but
Yeah.
I'm not. And then I assume that the guy can pick up on it, and they don't. So
Interesting. Does anyone else have an idea of why she would be ghosted so much?
Well, I feel like on a man's side, and especially now in, I guess, modern times and modern dating, it is very much a yes or no. So if you're going to go as far as to ghost someone, which is maybe like the ultimate form of disrespect versus saying, hey, I don't see a connection, this is going to stop here. It's just become accepted nowadays where we use these apps. It's a yes or no. You want to date with someone, it's a hard yes or hard no. I think you can know off the bat. And unfortunately, ghosting becomes one of those options that a lot of people take, and it becomes hurtful. But
maybe
Yeah,
it's just
no,
the guys
yeah.
that I choose. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
could be your
They're just
social
immature. I don't know.
Social media has a lot to do with it. A lot of people
That's
encourage
funny. You
it.
just threw that right. Like that is so victim mentality right there. It's not me. It's the guys I choose. They're all the bad people.
Well,
get
obviously,
ghosted all the
I
time.
think
nothing's wrong with me.
I think I honestly like attract it, but I don't know why. It's kind of like I'm obviously trying to think because I don't want to be single. You know, I'm trying to work on this. I'm trying to internalize it, but it can be pretty like detrimental to like your mental health. It's like, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I not getting this? Or
And then you overthink like everything
yes,
you did.
and then it's just like pointless. And then it makes me not even want to date. It makes me not want to put myself out there because it's just a game I play like in my head.
Are the guys that you're on these dates with, are they trying to make a move on you? Do you ever kiss them or hook up with them or sleep with them?
I mean, honestly, I don't even really date that much. Like I'm on the apps, but I never can see somebody that would either one give me the time of the day because it's like we won't even get past the hey stage. I'll just be like hey, and then nothing.
But you're still going on plenty of dates, it sounds like.
No,
Well, how many dates have you been on this year?
like I've not been on like any like formal dates. It's always just been like me hanging out with them and their friends. It's like that's not a date.
Whoa, wait a second. I forgot I'm talking to a 23-year-old. No offense.
Right.
Okay. So
I know.
so explain more. You're meeting these men at like parties, or how are you meeting
no,
the guys?
they're just like hey, like come out with me and my friends. Like we're
How did you meet that person initially?
like a dating app.
Okay, so they're dating apps,
Mhm.
and then they'll invite you.
Just with them and their friends.
You
So it's
shouldn't.
not
You
like
shouldn't accept that.
Okay. Noted.
I'm-
I agree.
yeah.
That's for one, right?
Yeah.
You need to hold out and build the confidence.
Because that's super. Well, again, it's probably how old are these guys?
They're in their 30s.
Really?
Right.
Oh, they just want to have sex with you. Okay.
Yep, that was exactly what it was.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
How many formal dates have you been on this year?
None. I've never been asked out formally by a man in my life.
Yeah, someone in the chat. Someone in the chat.
Ask her out.
Ask out Ashley.
Honestly, it's
Patrick,
very sad.
we'll get to that. Okay. Interesting. You want to come back in?
I do have a question for Patrick. We talked about ghosting,
Let's
and
record.
you mentioned,
Cool.
not a lot, but some people don't know how to respectfully tell someone you're not interested. So I want to hear, how do you tell someone you're not interested?
So I have definitely ghosted some people lately.
Okay.
And
The honesty.
it sucks because it is like that. You know, you can tell right away if you're vibing with somebody or not. I mean, you
Right.
went on 4 dates this week. I'm sure it was very clear, who's going to make the cut, who's going to
Absolutely.
get the second date. So sometimes that's the easiest route to take. It's obviously probably the biggest, like most disrespectful way to, because you can have a conversation and say, hey, like I didn't really have an attraction to you. This was strictly in a romantic level that we even went on a date. But again, it's all too common. And I think it's almost accepted now that that's a route to take. If it's someone who I know and I'm close with, that I work around, or someone who's been a friend and we've maybe exploring that, then they would deserve an explanation and some type of, I don't also consider ghosting to be ultimately disrespectful. It's just it's the route that's one of the routes that some people take.
Okay.
And unfortunately it might be a knack on me. It might be I might be afraid to admit that to someone, but I think it's very clear. I mean, everyone I think has been ghosted at some point, and we've all kind of wanted to understand why. Like what Ashley's explaining, she wants to really understand the perspective.
Like, what's wrong with me? Like, can you tell me what I'm
Why
doing
did you take that
wrong?
route?
Yeah, it's like that I'm just like left up to my own assumptions.
Like we're grown here. We can just communicate about we can talk
Just
about
saying,
it. I mean, at the same time, I kind of accept things for what it is. I'm like, all right, anyways, next. Like
How many people here have ghosted the other person? Raise their hand.
I think
Are we talking about just like not messaging someone back or
Like,
gone
yeah.
on a date and
Yeah.
then not responded? Because I think there's a difference between if you've met up in person or if you're just like
Yeah. How
messaging
many
on a
people have
date.
met up with the person and they texted you and you did not respond? Raise your hand if you've done that.
So you will give a.
I'm glad your hand
I'm
is down.
loyal.
I'm glad
That's
your hand is down,
why.
Ashley.
Like, if you know how it feels to be ghosted, like I would not do that to somebody else. Like I'll just tell them like, oh, there was no connection, but you know, we can be friends. I'll see you around or
Honest.
something,
Yeah,
something
there'll be
like
some
that.
type of
Yeah.
debriefing.
No,
or
because then you
something.
get like you get paragraphs back to
Oh my
sometimes.
God,
If I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I'm sorry, it didn't work out, I will get paragraphs.
I'm gonna win you
paragraphs.
back.
They'll go like white girl crazy on you. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
We have an interesting comment here. I forgot who it was regarding. Someone said she hasn't been on a real date this year. Oh yeah, it was
Me.
Ashley. Okay, because she's turned down 90% of the dudes who have asked her.
How does he know that?
True or false?
It sounds like that's not true.
No,
Hang on,
honestly,
let her
I've
respond.
never had a proposal like, hey, meet me at this place at this time. I've never had a proper proposal. It's always just been like, oh, well, when are you free? Like, let's hang out. It's like some like half-ass like.
But sometimes I feel like you have to like set it, you know, like people always try like a cheap date or whatever. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. You know, to have
have
like
you-
strong boundaries.
Have you
Of, like,
rejected
no, I'm not going to do
them,
that.
Have you rejected offers?
I don't
If someone was
think
like,
so.
hey, let's meet downtown. Let's go to this restaurant.
I don't think so. No, I've like just never been offered. And also like,
feel like
I feel like I'm pretty picky with men in general.
I think that's his point.
So yeah.
That's his point.
So I am like very selective. Like I have to be like attracted to you. Obviously, I know that's like a big debate. It's like if you choose attraction over like your personality, attraction's a big thing for me.
So what kind of guy are you attracted to?
You just have to be like good looking. I don't know, like just like universally, like you have to be healthy, you have to be fit. You know, I prefer some guy who's tall.
How tall?
At least like 6 foot. Because I'm short. It's like I don't want another short guy. We like, you
How
know, I
short
feel like
are-
I would.
What's
I
your
love
height?
the short kings.
Oh my God.
I will say.
Jenna, fastest way to $100. Wow.
No,
Yeah,
seriously. So, 12-year relationship, maybe 5'5" on a good day, about my height, and then the relationship after that, we'll give him 5'8", 5'8.5". Maybe.
wait, how tall are you?
5'5".
Wait, Ashley, how tall are you?
I'm 5'2", but it's like
Oh.
I'm so
Ashley, what the fuck?
She's got standards.
well, I'm
Standards.
so like independent, right? And so it's like I want a man who is like very masculine. I want someone who's gonna take care of me. And
Mhm.
it's like you
That's why you want muscle.
yeah, it's like I want someone to almost like overpower me, like protect me, right?
Yeah, no, it's a protection.
It's like I don't want
I'm
somebody
about
that's
the
the same
way.
size as me, and it's like I could probably fight off somebody you could fight off, right?
Okay,
Like you
so-
need to be like
I'm the same way.
There's,
like the Hulk.
Same
like,
thing.
There's
Same way.
something called the female delusion calculator.
Delusion.
Has anyone here
No,
heard of
but
that?
Elaborate, because I
Delusion
would love
what?
Oh,
this.
we're gonna elaborate. All right.
I
I didn't think I was gonna
Call me
bring
out,
this up,
guys.
but
Yeah.
no. Someone said this is demoralizing. It's not. It's not.
Hey,
It's
it's just my
not.
preference. It's
You
my
need-
preference.
you need to
Yeah, I know,
just-
it's how you feel. You know, some guys only
This
would date
maybe is a
blondes,
final
you
thought I
know?
can say
Exactly,
later.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
okay. But that's okay.
Real quick, I just want to say this is like, whether you're a man or woman, most of the people out there are just not good for you. Like 99% of the dates you're going to go on are going to be people who are, if you're looking for a relationship, just they're not good for you, right? So you have to know how to filter. So I understand though how it can be demoralizing, but Jenna will date guys who are 5'5".
Well, that was my past.
She's a new girl.
Wait, that
we're
was your
looking
past?
up.
What's your future? Boy, I liked you for a second. What's your
To be determined.
It's like
I'm not gonna shut anyone out solely based on height, unless you're shorter than me. But I will say that my general attraction is to someone who's slightly taller than me and very, very muscular and very athletic looking.
okay? Just give me a second. I'm pulling this up here. Share screen.
I was gonna say the same thing because like I've always said, oh yeah, someone like this tall.
And I've dated short guys.
But then I've
and
dated
Someone
someone
too
else.
tall might be like a little bit like scrawnier, lankier.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like that.
that's just not my thing.
Okay, female delusion calculator. We're gonna start with you.
But afterwards,
Ashley.
is there a male delusion calculator? We should read that one too. after.
Right.
Yeah, where's
Um,
it at?
Because you can't do just one. You have to do both.
Women are more selective than men, so there's no
like they're
delusion.
so selective
Oh,
in
is
in which way?
Is this the
In
percent
like mating
based on
or
what you
in
want?
like marriage?
Yeah,
'Cause
this is
there's two different types.
Both. Men are
Hmm.
less selective across the board. Women are, and today
We
in
have to be. But that's
in
even
2023 they're hyper selective.
That's even like in like the animal.
Right, that's like an innate because we're trying to find a partner to
yeah.
like,
So that's
you know,
not anything
procreate
new.
with.
Agree for sure. Women are always going to be more selective.
Exactly.
Evolutionary biology, yada yada yada. They're
Yeah.
more to risk because they can get pregnant and all those things.
Yeah.
But we're talking in 2023. It's like extreme,
Yeah.
hyper selective.
I can
As
understand that.
we're
I
about
can
to see,
understand.
Ashley, give me the age of the guy. It can be a range as well that you would want to be in a relationship with.
So I'm 23. I would say 25 to like 33.
Okay, so we're going to move 25 to 33, and we're going to exclude men who are married. Obviously, you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with a guy who's married.
Absolutely.
Do you want any race or white or black or Asian?
It can be any race.
Okay.
You just have to be confident.
Okay. Well, no, you don't have to be just confident. You have to be 25 to 33, and you have to be
To make me want you.
how tall?
I don't know. I mean, I just say things, but I think maybe at least like 5'11" and up.
Well,
No,
you're
well,
5'11",
I
you're
just
6
say not
foot.
6 feet. We'll give him an inch. Okay.
Too
Would you
particular.
date
Yeah, just take it
someone-
with a grain of salt.
Would you date a guy who's overweight, or should we exclude any obese men?
I wouldn't date somebody overweight.
Okay, we'll exclude that. And then
'Cause
what's
that's
the
like lifestyle too.
okay?
Yeah.
Cool. And then what's the
Hygiene.
minimum income that you'd like them to make? It can be anywhere from 0 to infinity.
I mean, honestly, if like we're happy together, like we could be living in like a RV. Like, so money really doesn't mean much to me as long as you can provide in like other ways.
How would they provide in other ways?
Sex. Sex, I think she means.
No, I don't know.
Is sex?
Go
Is that
ahead.
what you meant?
No, I don't really know what I mean, but
Well, okay. Not
so
to
not
not to
having
get
money or anything could just be like
I don't wanna
just
be so
at the
focused
time,
on
but
it,
like
yeah.
just because someone doesn't have money at the time, they could have money later in life or anything like that.
right. So later.
you're not,
So okay. So later in life, how much do you eventually want them to make?
probably a lot of money. I mean,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
it's okay for them not to have
So
money
now,
at the
Right.
time.
now it could be like
But
30K,
as long as they're
50K?
ambitious or whatever.
Yes,
So they have,
thank you. Yes.
if they're ambitious, then that's sexy,
Yes.
you know.
well, it's not. Yeah. I mean, you say that.
Right,
but
you don't have to be
You want
like
what happens
crazy,
if they
crazy
become
rich right now.
because they are ambitious. Ambition means money. Okay. So
Yes.
right now the income is literally poor, 0. Give me something.
Student loans.
Probably like 50K.
50K. Okay. Let's see what they say. That's interesting. A lot of women say 6 figures or more. But that's what you want eventually.
Yes.
That was a strong yes.
She knows what she wants.
Okay. According to statistical data, the probability of a guy of the US male population ages 25 to 33 meets your standard is 2.2%.
No.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna be alone.
So according to this funny site, I forgot who made it. Maybe
No,
it
we're,
was Fresh.
we're
and
all
Fit.
like
I don't know.
50. Everybody's gonna get desperate and just
th-
marry each other.
You are 3 out of 5 aspiring cat lady. So it's
Ew, I
not
don't even
full
really like
delusion,
cats.
it's like half delusion.
Wow.
I feel like you weren't asking for a lot.
Okay, but now you got to show the men like their side.
I don't know. There is no.
That's
There's no, okay, so
crazy.
exactly.
You
So
could
it's- everything's so much
plug
pressure.
Okay, you know
on
what?
women.
You know
We have
what?
to be perfect. We have to be perfect.
No, you don't have to be perfect, but being hyper selective isn't resulting you
Right. And any
in
success.
a lot of success.
Yeah.
Okay, let's. There is no male delusion calculator, so
Because it only factors in
let's
men, right?
let's. Unless there, maybe there is. I don't know.
I don't
Let's
think
see.
it- yeah, maybe there's
male
gotta-
delusion calculator. Someone
It'd
should have
be
made it.
ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I feel like
why
it'd be
would
easy
why would
to-
they be there? Why would it be there?
Oh wow, there is something.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Hopefully there's not.
Oh, there is something.
Someone's
Okay,
delusional.
we're back. We're gonna.
Like, I don't want to know.
Okay, we're
Let's
gonna
do it.
share the screen here again. By the way, drinks if you guys want to refill, whatever you want. Okay, we're pulling it up, guys. Stand by. Thanks for
I'm gonna move
sticking around. All right, share screen and
No, you're
cool. Okay.
No, I have one.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to stick around for the male delusion calculator?
Yeah, all eyes are on
It's
you.
probably still
Oh.
delusional.
All right,
It's probably still
There's
not
no
correct.
delusion.
age. What would you like? What's your range?
I would say it could be a range, right? I
Yeah,
would say
18 and up.
All right, so we'll do 21 to 33.
21 to 33. Okay. Do you want to?
Okay, wait.
I feel like 20. I mean, you're 31, right?
Can you not judge him?
I'm
please?
sorry. I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
32.
We didn't judge Ashley over here.
You
We
totally
listened.
did.
We saw her
Well,
delusion.
no, I was
and
I was
moved
being
on.
open and honest,
Nobody
right?
was
So-
judging her. You told her,
I'm
you called her
sorry.
a cat
I'm
lady.
keeping my
Okay, well-
comments to
You called her a
myself.
cat lady. How does that not judge you? How does
No,
that
no,
not
no,
judge
no,
you?
no. Do not change. Do not
I
change.
just
That's what
read
you
the screen.
wanted.
Okay, so
Right.
what is
Go
it?
on.
21 to 33?
I would say that, but I also think it's that weird because I just see a lot of my older friends.
Stop
Yeah, don't
apologizing.
explain yourself.
Stop
Right.
apologizing.
All right,
Ashley
I'm
didn't
just giving you shit.
apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
but hers was very, very broad. I think.
Stick
did.
with it. Stick
Yeah.
with
So,
it.
okay,
Okay.
I don't think
Be
that's
confident.
You don't. I'm guessing you do not want them to be married.
of course.
Okay. Are you okay if they are a mom?
Let's just say no.
Okay.
that is a, I feel like that's a tough question.
Okay. Race.
I-
Any
would
white,
love to
black,
do that.
Hispanic, or Asian.
I would say any race.
Okay. Height.
Let's do 5'4" to 6 foot.
I'm excluded.
tall are you?
About 6 foot.
5'4",
About 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. I'm like 6'1".
5'4" to 6 foot. Okay.
5'11"
Are we excluding overweight and obese women?
I would say they need to be. She needs to be in shape.
There's two boxes as exclude overweight or exclude obese. Are we excluding both?
Exclude. Yeah, I think exclude both because it's a lifestyle. I'm not judging somebody
Right.
for that, but
Okay.
again, it's just
Cool.
trying to live a long life.
And what's your minimum income requirement?
This is tough because it's like you want a woman who's successful and independent, but at the same time, she might not need to make.
Or max income?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is
Really?
interesting. Minimum income or max income?
Let's say realistically, let's do like 60 to $250,000.
Okay, so we can only do minimum income. So minimum
Okay, let's
60K.
let's just like go down to 40.
Okay, 40.
She
so
might have to have a job, but again, it could be just.
Okay.
So you say
So-
he doesn't want someone who doesn't work.
Well, I mean, there's situations where maybe she doesn't have to work. Like I feel like maybe my wife doesn't need to work.
okay,
That would be zero.
but today
Okay.
she does.
Okay, let's just say 0 then.
Zero money.
I'm just asking.
Well, you can find
No,
Again,
anyone.
you
I
want
mean-
someone who like has reflection.
Listen,
you know,
this is the
is
difference
who-
between men and
Right.
women. It's like we don't care as much how much they make, as long as there's.
Yeah,
So you think-
it
okay, so
really
we should-
is. 'Cause you have
No,
to,
Let's just say a
on here.
30, a
then you can
35,
get the
40.
male
It's
or
on here.
bride.
It'll be
Of
too
course
broad.
it does.
No,
But-
you're like cheating the system. It's not. No.
Wait,
let's say yes. Yeah. Let's just do
Yeah.
40K because I do agree that maybe at this
That-
point she might
I mean,
have
that's
a job.
fine.
Is it like
I'll do
minimum
whatever
wage
you
too?
want, but
So-
like
I wouldn't date a
you're-
woman who doesn't have a job or some type of professional endeavor, or maybe she's going to school.
He's not dating like
Because she has to have a
homeless woman.
job.
I'd say that, but if
When
she's
you
she's
start
studying, what if
dating.
she's in grad school or something? Then she might not have an income.
Still, let the
See, that
let
could be
the-
0.
let
I would
let the
support.
record show. He
And then
did at
she
one
either
point say
has people
0K.
paying- She either has
Yeah.
parents
Exactly.
paying for
Let's do
it
40.
or something.
Okay,
you know?
so I'll press find
many
out.
factors.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, they're saying that's too broad.
I'm gonna say it's 3%.
Wow, that's interesting. Interesting. According to statistical data, the probability of a woman of the U.S. female population ages 21 to 33 meets your standards is 1.89.
Well, we need to go out of the country.
Wow.
Really?
We need
I
to
thought this was
Is
worldwide.
there a female? What's the male version of a cat lady?
So 3 This
Yeah.
is
What did I get?
aspiring
you have to
bachelor.
give equal
Oh,
parts.
I can't tell
And
that's
Aspiring bachelor.
I can tell that's endearing or
Why did he get such an endearment name?
Like that's a bad thing.
I know, inspiring bachelor. That's an endearing
3 out of
name.
5
I think that's
red
saying that I've never
I
pills.
don't
find
like
someone.
that name. Like she got. Why did she get
Interesting.
a shitty
Yeah.
name
Guys,
and he got an
leave me alone.
inspiring name?
Yeah, this is programmed by a man.
Yeah.
Let's change it.
So where are we? Okay, I have so many more questions to go through, and we barely scratched the surface.
Wow.
Okay, everyone got a drink. Everyone happy? Good. Maybe you're not happy, but maybe you're well
We're content.
fed. Okay.
I'm glad you're
So over
I'm glad
here,
you're content.
what do you want in return for being a great wife? We'll just say that's the question across the board because everyone did say that they did want marriage to some degree.
Oh, me? Oh.
Yeah.
Loyalty. I think everything that I can give them in return, loyalty, support.
Just list them off.
Oh my gosh, I can only think of 2. Just support me and what I want to do. Someone help me out.
Yeah, for me.
No. This is
No.
it's personal.
Oh, it's
personal.
Okay.
It's just not. Yeah. What do you?
I would just say that everything
What do
that
you
I
expect?
can,
What do you want?
everything that I can give them, I hope I can get that in return.
Hit me. Specifics.
Support.
What do you want?
Care. Financial support sometimes if we're like a 50-50 couple, or if he's supporting me, just that kind of like financial support. Honesty, compromise, collaboration. Yeah, those are all the adjectives I can think of right now.
Okay.
Those are not adjectives.
Alex,
My
you know the question?
my question.
No, do you know the question?
Do I know the question?
Yeah.
What's your biggest what you want out of a relationship?
Yeah. What
or
do you want in
marriage?
return for you being a great wife? Right. So it's like you already said, like, hey, this is what I offer. What do you want?
My biggest one would be there, like you be there 100%. That's mine. So you have to be there. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter
Be available.
no available. I would just say
You said be there.
Yeah, be there. I guess be available, like emotionally and physically there. But like if something happens, it doesn't matter what it is. I would want someone to be there, like the smallest thing, If I ask you to do something, that you're there. That's my biggest thing.
Cool.
I don't know.
Big and
and
little.
and
Yeah, what else?
protection. I have to feel safe.
Cool.
That's
What else?
another one. What's another one? Oh, that you like to go and do things and live life. The last guy I dated was awful. He pretended like he liked to go out and do things, and we were all like active and doing things and but then I found out more like he just liked to smoke and watch Netflix constantly. That's all he wanted to do. And I was just like, I would cry at night because I would be like, I feel like I'm living like a meaningless existence because all we're doing is just watching TV. And I don't like to smoke, so I didn't smoke. So it was just him just getting high by himself. And it was just so depressing.
It's a common interest,
but he pretended to be. So I don't know. So it's just like, it's hard to know. I guess common interest. Yeah. So like that.
Common interests. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't know. I guess common interest is very big. Common interest is.
Stick with me.
Yeah. I didn't think that. Yeah. For
That's
sure.
it?
That's all I got.
Okay. Let's go to Mia. And then while Mia is chatting, Tom, will you fix the mic over here? It's like right in her face. And so you can't see her. See
She's so
the
beautiful.
one from
You
non-makeup.
need to see her.
But I don't wear makeup, guys.
On the wide shot, you
Oh,
can.
thank you.
Thanks. Okay. And then Mia, what do you want in return for being a great partner or wife?
What I want in return, like in what sense? Just
From a partner.
well, Like,
What do you expect? I mean, if you're, you said earlier you want loyal, you are loyal, and you'd be a best friend.
mhm.
What do you expect in return? It's a partnership, right? So it can't be. There's got to be. You want something.
Right.
Everyone wants something.
Equal, like mutual effort. I would say the same thing. Consideration from them, like considering me and everything that they do. I would do that for anybody. I'm selfless. And I would want them to do the same for me. It's just like mutual, like balance effort.
I mean, really, you guys. I mean, whatever, like I'm your genie. Like what, grant your wish. Like what do you want?
I've actually learned a lot from this, to be honest.
I bet.
I
Yeah,
really
you need to
have.
teach
Good.
us.
Well,
I don't ask.
Coach us.
You should coach women
Well,
too.
Apparently, we need to be
at the end, we'll wrap up. I'm curious to
Yeah.
hear what everyone.
Well, what
learned.
did you guys say? I mean,
Well, forget, but that doesn't matter because
No,
it's
I
like
know, but
it's more should be like
What comes naturally.
inside of you, like what
If it's
you
repeated,
know.
whatever.
well,
No, there's no right or wrong.
I don't know. Skip me, come back.
Okay, we'll come back. Ashley,
For me, the
I know
only
you got
thing
something.
I can think of is affection, because that's what makes the difference between a friendship and a partnership. Is you need to have that love, you need to have that affection, you need to have like all the words of affirmation. I need you to be like
Yeah, physical touch is my
Yes,
mine
that's
too.
what I'm like,
I'm about that
acts
too.
of service. It's like
Yeah,
if,
for
if
sure.
I do something nice for you, and then like a couple weeks later you do something nice for me, it's like tit for tat, and we're there for each other. And I mean, obviously, I can't really speak to this fully because I've not experienced a relationship, but this is only what I
it's
can
okay.
imagine.
It's okay. It's still
This is
It
what
still
I'm
plays.
imagining and what I
Yeah.
want. So all the
You also
yeah.
want some other things that we talked about earlier. You mentioned.
like what?
Well, you mentioned. That
Oh,
he
like I
should
want
be-
someone 6
Eventually, he
foot.
should be making a ton of fucking money.
Oh
That was
yeah.
almost your words.
Okay, sure, maybe.
Okay. What else do you
100
want?
grand is not a ton of fucking money.
What'd you say? Speak up.
She said 100 grand ain't that much.
You said a ton of fucking money. Oh, or 100 grand is not that much money nowadays in Chicago.
No. She said
Did I
that
miss
she
the part?
wanted a guy to be really rich. You said that.
No, she
Well,
said
no, we can grow. I want to grow like a
partnership.
partnership.
Right.
like,
Eventually,
Yeah,
eventually, that's what you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want money?
Well, now we got to start from the beginning. I guess I asked the question wrong.
No one wants to date anybody that doesn't have aspirations or don't do anything.
Exactly. Then it's like,
You know,
what's the point?
exactly.
Are you talking about women or men or everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Man, every woman wants a guy that wants something higher. That's just how it is. Men might be more content or
Yeah.
whatever, but because they have their
Yeah, for sure.
expectations and they already have theirs.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's
She,
like
didn't,
we
she
all
never
wanna-
said fuck ton
Totally.
of money. That's what I'm just changing.
You
the
said
words.
something about a lot of money.
She just said that she wants someone that wanted higher eventually. That's all she said. Was
Like
eventually
goals, aspirations.
Yeah,
because
but
it's
she
like
never said fuck ton of money.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I want somebody who could be fun, adventurous, outgoing, like someone who's open-minded. Like I hate nowadays how everyone is so narrow-minded, like very opinionated. It's like this is my way or the highway. It's like no, we can compromise. We can talk this out. Like I don't like somebody that's super closed-minded.
I get that. I've dated some women too. It was like talking to a wall. It was awful. It was
Right.
so
It's
bad.
like we can have like,
So
debates.
bad.
We can talk about things, but it's like if you're so like off the wall, like polarizing, it's like I
Yeah.
can't even
you
talk
can't talk to him. You're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like openness, yeah, adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Patrick.
more men can be more like close-minded. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so this is what I would give to a great wife. Is that how it kind of reverses over, or
What
No,
about a
this is
bad
what
wife?
you want. This is what.
What's about
This is what you want in return for being a great husband.
so definitely the loyalty and support. Those are like so key to me. And it's like I just feel that I would say I thought you were maybe asking the reverse, like what would I give the woman?
No, because you
Right,
already
yeah.
answered that.
You should answer that later. Though.
You said supportive, loyal, provider, protector.
But it's like for me, like what could I really give? I mean,
What do you expect, right? If you know you're going to offer that in a relationship, what do you want in return?
I just want undeniable loyalty. That's such a key factor. I would say just undoubted support, because being in the field I'm in and having an entrepreneurial life, there's more things that are off the grid a little bit that are difficult to be around, and I feel with that, it's going to require an intense amount of compromise and understanding in order to make things work.
That takes a lot. That takes a lot of time and a lot of trust, and that's like that's a whole thing.
Yeah, there's all
stability.
Yeah, that will take a lot of time. Yeah, that's not something that's just given.
Is that it?
I think so, but I really thought you were going to reverse the question, because to me, with like the reversal of that question would be, what would I give to the woman who was that most ideal?
Yeah, I mean,
like, say she gives
you
me
already
everything.
answered that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you want loyalty.
Boom. Mic drop.
That's all we want.
Yeah, it has to be just like relentless support.
That's simple.
Relentless support.
And Lindsay wants a dog. That's what she wants.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Just a dog.
No, but I think also, like, if you want to go deeper, like, I think that like having a family, that'd be something I would expect if I was being an ideal husband. That's something I would want as well. So
Say again.
like having a family, like that would be another expectation that I would have. And obviously, like marriage, it's a given as well. So these are things that are beyond just the support and what you can give as a person. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. Jenna.
I mean, just to reiterate, supportive, loyalty, compromising, all of those. To go off what Ashley said, she talked about not wanting someone who's overly polarizing or opinionated. And I agree, but I also want someone who's assured and who's confident and willing to say how they feel and what they think, and maybe hurt some feelings or not. But I want someone who's comfortable doing that, comfortable with themselves. I mean, just to be honest and frank, someone who's a little bit more masculine, someone who.
What does that look like?
I would say someone who's confident, someone who is a protector, a provider, someone who's supportive and understanding. Also someone who has the same lifestyle. So on my ideal date, I talked about being outside, being active. That's important to me. I want someone with similar values, raising a family, being married. Some men don't want that or don't see that, and that's great. But I want someone who wants to show that. I talked about, again, I would feel uncomfortable if a man was not wanting to propose to me or not wanting to be married to me. That's not someone that I would be attracted to. I think some other things that would be ideal in a partner is someone who is willing to be direct and transparent and honest, even if it's uncomfortable, and someone who will help me grow, but also is willing to grow themselves and grow the relationship, and someone who's driven, motivated. That's like been an issue in the past is, partners who lose motivation, who no longer live the same lifestyle that I want to live. Should I continue?
If you I'll let you guys rant all day if you got them.
I was gonna say, can I add to that? It would be like accountability, like just holding each other accountable.
Oh,
for
yeah.
what?
That's a big thing.
Accountable for what?
I got that.
Just
'Cause I
like
Your
wasn't
shortcomings.
I wasn't.
If you were like
accountable.
mean
I
one
was
day,
that's
like
not
tell me I was being mean.
The self-awareness maybe too.
yeah. I mean,
I've heard that.
I don't know. People get lost in life at times, and I feel like just being able to support that's with support, and being able to okay, well, let's take some steps to get back to where you were, and I would do that for you, you do that for me, type thing.
Someone said here, I've watched a couple of these podcasts, and I really think these women all give the same answers. I believe when they go home, they really don't believe this at all. It's the hype of the digital age. And
What do
then-
you mean by
I was
that?
really going home and I actually
Now I'm
learned
about to go
lot
make a
from it.
list. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
about to
like,
go make a
wait,
list.
what
Should I throw
do
myself
we
off on the
want?
bus?
Yeah,
Like-
I'm learning a lot.
yeah. I'm like,
Well, how else are we
Amazing.
supposed to
Look at-
manifest?
this is great.
Our
Right.
dream
Yeah.
person if we don't even know.
That's why I'm thinking maybe that's
Why-
why
why-
I'm so
why-
bad at
why
dating.
do you want to
stupid.
do
We're
that?
just women.
Why-
We don't know anything.
My Leo,
so
We're
pretty.
not-
why do you want to do that?
Do go home and
Yeah.
Well,
What's making you
'cause
say that?
I'm really bad at dating. I've been single for 2 years, and my sister's over there shaking her head. Yes, I'm so bad at dating.
You were
And I give
one
up
of the
very
most self-aware
easily.
people so far.
Oh, thank you.
Well, because you said earlier that you think that
you have to
you're
be
super
self-aware so you
selective,
can learn.
entitled. You've admitted
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, and I am gonna go home and I'm really absorbing all of this because I'm gonna go home, and so I can be better at dating because I think I'm like thinking about all this and like
What do you
you're
think?
saying.
What do you think you're doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Definitely, I put all of my eggs in one basket. It's after the first date, I'm like almost like in love. Like so.
No, yeah, I feel like
like,
girls are like that. We know. We're like, okay, I want to pursue you, and
So
then
why is that a
I'm the
problem? What ends up
opposite.
happening with that?
Because then I don't pursue other options that could be better for me because I think I am the land of delusion sometimes. And I try to make this person, like, even if they did something, I try to like rationalize it in my head and make it to see like that's what I want. Oh yeah, that's it. That is what I want. And it's not at all. And just because I'm putting it all in one basket. So, and I don't need to do that. So that's definitely like one of my big dating mistakes. But also, like you said, not being self-aware that like I need to go into these dates like knowing what I want. Like
Right.
I can't just, go into these dates and like they show me what they are and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
no, I need to know what I want so that I can like
Yeah.
subtract these men from my life easily.
Cool. I like that. How are you meeting men now?
I am on Hinge and Raya.
What's Raya?
Actually, my
Raya's for cool people.
How did you?
yeah, girl, I'm on there too.
Ashley's on Raya.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know.
But it's like
It's
not even worth
terrible.
it.
It's
You have to
like
pay for it.
Am I
Influencers
the only
and
one that doesn't know it?
It's like
What's Raya?
it's
I don't know. I've heard
it's
of it.
for
Ashley,
celebrities and
you gotta
stuff, but
pay
Girl,
for
I'm
it.
paying $19.99
God
for
forbid you gotta
BS.
Pay for a dating app.
Yeah,
Why?
I know.
I've never
It comes
Yeah,
out-
and they show you people from like the
Of
UK.
course, you women haven't paid for dating apps because you don't need to pay for dating apps.
I mean, like, I'm very.
Okay.
On Hinge.
Can anyone? Does anyone? Any other?
At least got it like that.
Anyone else here
Okay.
as self-aware as Aliyah, or think that there's anything that they're doing wrong that they can do better?
I
It's
feel
kind of similar to the first question I asked, but we're in a little bit of a new vibe now. So maybe there's other
I feel like
answers.
you're making me more self-aware about things.
So where do you think you're going wrong?
I am not enough self-aware. I don't know.
That you're not enough self-aware.
Yeah, like what I'm doing
Meta.
wrong.
Okay.
So that's why you take
I'm not
notes
enough.
now, and then you go back and you say, "Am I doing this? Do I need to do this?
Yeah,
How's
was
my
just,
dating life? How would my dating life look if I did this?"
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
gonna
was
go
just
do.
I was just kind of like wing it and just kind of go and see how it
I
feels. Because
See, and
sometimes
that's why, like,
it
my
doesn't
whole
matter
life,
if
I'm
I
just like,
overthink it, then I'm not gonna have a good time. And then like if I could
Well,
have a great time, but I'm not.
but that's how I am. Like my whole motto is like, it's never that serious. Like you know what? It
Yeah,
never
that's
was that
okay.
serious. Not that serious.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is. I think it's because I
It
want to
is.
get into a long-term relationship.
Mhm.
It is that serious, and so I shouldn't just be. I do like, date for fun, it's not your whole life, but if I do want to get into a long-term relationship, like I think I do need to be sitting down thinking about
But I
what
feel
I
like
actually want.
Anytime I was like in a relationship, I always felt like I felt ass backwards into it. Like it never planned. It just
and I
was.
feel like that's what
They
I
were
want, but
there
it's, like,
and it just
sometimes
kind of
it's not-
happened. And that's when they were there when it needed to be.
Someone asked in the
happen.
chat, define what is self-awareness to them. So like what does self-awareness mean to you?
Like what
Alex, and
you're,
then
like what
Malia,
you're,
you
like
can
what
answer.
you're, like what you're doing, or what you're, like doing wrong. Like what you were saying earlier,
Knowing your
about
traits and like
know your traits
qualities.
and know what you can give and like what
Mhm.
you're good at.
what they
like,
say,
like
bring
that.
to the table. I guess.
Oh, I hate that.
I know.
Yeah,
That's why
I know.
I
I
Your quotes
was
is like, what do you bring to the table?
yeah.
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 Wait,
But,
say that
but
again?
knowing your strengths and weaknesses, knowing what I do wrong, knowing what I do right, and
Mhm.
I
stuff
mean
like
that's really what we're talking about, right? Like
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you bring
Weaknesses.
to the table as a man or a woman.
But I don't think I ever
And-
thought
and
about that.
what-
To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever thought about
What's
that.
the
Like
two
so black and
levels?
white.
It's what do you bring to the table,
Yeah, I don't know.
but then what is it that you bring to the table that someone said here, interesting way of putting it, that the customer is buying, right? The customer being,
Man, could they make this any more unsexy?
you know what?
You couldn't make it any more unsexy.
That's the point. I think that's the point of.
I get
really
what they're
the-
saying. I'd be very
You-
blunt
I
about
think
it.
you-
But women are
you-
we're very emotional. We want the fireworks, we want the sparklers,
Exactly.
we want everything. You know,
Wow.
but the guys are black and white. What are you selling? What do you got? I want to see what you got.
Right.
You
Oh
know,
my
and that's what it
gosh.
is. But we want
Okay, so I
You
just
just-
recently
I just had a huge revelation.
we want
I
the
just
confetti.
Okay, hang on. I just had a huge revelation. I just realized what you just said there. I love.
Women
I
are
love.
emotional.
I-
I didn't
no,
know this
no,
was
that's not a
emotional.
revelation. I've
Women are
known that for
emotional.
years.
Mind blown.
Know that. So I've always asked this question, which was, because I coach men, so I talk more to men, but I've been
Yeah.
talking to more women recently about this, and of course I have in the past.
Yeah.
And so my question in my head has always been, why aren't women more strategic in the dating game? And there's many answers to that, but a new one I'm realizing now is because there's no strategy if you want it to be romantic, right?
Yeah.
When you say I just want it to happen and it should be fate and it should be magical, there's no strategy in that. That's just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me, is like, that's another reason why women think that way. And hey, it can go well for anyone, I guess, if they want to play that game, but it's a very big risk because you could end up with the wrong person, right? As we,
I think it's
Called me out, dang. Right after me and said her.
well, Jenna, I know you've been in many relationships, or not many, I guess a few,
but long.
but yeah. Okay, I'm going to read off some super chats real quick. Mike Denver says, how do I make my dates not feel like an interview? Okay, so quick, my
last date I was on, I told him that.
That's why I feel like I overshare. I'm like, I say too much.
Patrick has good thoughts on this.
Patrick, you got an
I
answer?
feel like the dating though,
Patrick's got an answer for you, Mike.
it's very much become more so of an interview process. I feel, even though you want it to be romantic, spontaneous, you want it to be, in that sense, like serendipitous or like more, off the grid, or it's just like it does become ultimately an interview. And sometimes I felt like I was pelleted with questions by women. Sometimes it was vice versa.
So how do you make the date not feel like an interview?
I
is
would
this
say
question.
don't go to dinner on a first
Oh,
date.
I know.
I
I
only,
like
I
that.
only do dinner. I only do
Dinner's
dinner.
good though,
I don't
because
like
it's
that
so
for
you
first
can
dates.
talk and get to know each other.
I don't
and
think
have
that's
those
a good
conversations.
answer. I mean, you
I
can,
think there's
I
so
only
many
do dinner.
activities you can do outside.
oh, I
that
see.
are-
So you go on the activities, but eventually, but then how do you get to know
I said
somebody?
on a first date. I said on a first date.
Okay.
So my reasoning for this is, first of all, if you're at dinner, you're eating, it's always
can't
awkward.
really
You're always
talk.
feeling uncomfortable. It's the first time meeting this person. And if you talked about, it is an interview, right? You want to know if this person's compatible. So you want to be asking questions. But if you're eating, it's really hard to ask questions with your mouth full and to answer questions.
Taking a bite.
So I
and
think
answering
doing a
questions.
different activity is a great way to make it not seem like an interview, because it's more casual conversation versus you're sitting there face to face, eating awkwardly and trying to converse with food in your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. First date as
But
a
food
dinner is not
love, so
ideal.
I'm all about my food, but I'm in culinary, so it's
Okay.
different for me. If someone doesn't want to take me to get food, I won't be with them. That's a thing.
Okay. My
Yeah.
answer to you is, to simplify it, is try not to ask questions, instead make statements, right? So it's not as comfortable because we don't do this often, but talk more about yourself, share a story without waiting for them to ask you, because when you say something, hopefully if you're with a woman who knows how to communicate well, she'll play off of what you said, maybe ask you a
Right.
question, things like that.
We'll graduate.
Scotty
Just goes with the
Rose.
flow, yeah.
I do
Who's
like
been
guys
saying
with
very
funny
nice
stories.
things about you
I
today,
love
Yeah.
that. The funny stories
But
that
they
are
come out naturally. I feel like all
yeah.
those things just
This
kind
one's
of
for Ashley. He says,
roll.
hi, Tripp. Ashley, don't stop being an open book. Continue to be yourself, because a
Love
Chicago
that.
man like me loves that. However, first and second dates, focus on your present and future and his. If asked about the past, share.
That is very good. Thank you. Wait,
Well,
what
she's
was his
done
name?
that, though. That was Scotty Rose. You want to go on a date with
Scotty,
him?
we love you.
Scotty, you want to go on a date with Ashley? Oh, here's Scotty
That
Rose
was
again.
helpful. Thank you.
Ashley, more. Ashley,
he's
your
in
heart and
love.
mentality is rare, unique, refreshing, and turns me on.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
Let's do drinks Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Tripp has
He
my
made
info.
a date, a formal
Wow.
date.
Tripp has my info if you're a spontaneous person.
Okay, period. Let's go.
This is going to be her first date
I know.
ever.
I need
Yeah.
dates.
This is
Hang
her
on,
first
hang
date.
on. Would you do this blind?
Yes. I need experience, right? Because I am so picky. I just need to just do it. You know what
Okay.
I mean? And just like not have any
Scott-
expectations. And
He knows him. I know.
thumbnail
Scott,
is-
Scotty's the man. I'll vouch for him.
okay.
She said dog. Yeah, he's
Dog.
got
As
a
long
dog.
as you're patient with me, we'll be okay.
He, if you guys go on this date, would you be willing to, after the first date, whether it goes good or bad, come on the show and talk about it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go.
Scotty,
Okay.
I think Scotty will probably
set it up.
agree to that, right?
That's beautiful.
Oh.
Little more water.
Young love.
Great. Okay. So nice. We're shooting shots. Anyone else here from Chicago? All right. That's all the super chats. Let's go to my next question. Okay. Just a quick poll. Raise your hand if you want to be a housewife. Raise your hand if you want to be a housewife.
Define housewife. It's like I want a job, but I also want to like chill
It's
sometimes.
not a housewife though. If you want a job, right?
A housewife
I mean,
technically would be a woman who does not work and is at home doing the things that need to be taken care of at home.
Yeah.
So
You
typically,
could do like your own like crafts.
that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
can do
yeah,
your
I
own
want to still do
side
like my own like
gig.
Okay, so-
modeling, my
so-
social media, but yeah.
so back to the poll. So we had raise your hand if no job or like a majority, like 90%. I don't know, maybe do some shit online that makes you a little bit of money or whatever. But like
Yeah,
95% of your
Yeah.
work is
Entrepreneur.
not to make money. It's to build a home. Raise your hand.
Wait, what did you say?
Do you want to
Joe, you just said, yeah.
Yeah.
Something else, sorry.
Like you're mainly doing things at home for the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a housewife
I
is.
don't have a big family. So
Hold on, I need to
want
get
that.
finish the poll.
Okay.
We all have hands up.
Okay,
I just-
just making sure.
Besides
Well,
her.
Ashley was wavering a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But it's like I want to like work and like be passionate about something. Because if I'm not working, if I'm not doing something fulfilling, then like what is life? I don't want to just like cook,
Okay.
clean, and whatever.
So next, how many of you want to build a long-term career? Okay.
Kind of like that too.
Okay, interesting. So Jenna, you don't want to do shit? What's up?
I have my reasoning. Okay, so I want to do something, but I also don't. I don't want to give my life to a career. So I still want to live my life, enjoy what I do.
Mhm.
Oh, you want the option?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
she
want
wants
to
the
work,
option.
but I'm also okay
so
with.
so you don't know what you want, is what you're basically
No.
saying.
I don't want to sacrifice my activities outside of work. For instance, you said long-term career. So I don't necessarily want to be at one job forever. I want to be able to, if I want to do something.
Here,
for
let's
3
let's
years,
let's
5
let's
years.
simplify this and make it
Okay.
chronological, so we can understand.
Yeah.
So let's say you're in a relationship now.
Yes.
You work, right? Yes, you do. You
Yes.
work. Okay. He proposes. You say yes.
Yeah.
You're married. What happens from here? You're still working.
Yeah, I still want to work.
Okay. And then, do you want kids?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get pregnant.
Okay.
Now what happens? You want to still work?
I think it depends on the scenario. I think that I would be totally comfortable working. I think it also depends on what we're making, where we're living, right? Cost of living is different everywhere. The lifestyle that my partner wants, that we want to have together and build together. I know that I want to, and that's kind of why I say I don't want necessarily a long-term career at one spot, because I really want to be able to, my kids have football practice or, a football game, whatever it is, I want to be able to go to that. I want the flexibility to live my life outside of a job, but I still want to have something to work towards.
Okay. Now we had some answers over here. Alex and Mia, it looks like you wanted both.
It's the option. We want the option to be
Mhm.
able to.
You want the option. So you haven't
Yeah.
decided yet.
Yeah, but like if your life is always changing, you never know what's going to happen. I don't
Okay.
want to be commit to one thing. If something else happens, something comes up, or it's just the option. It's nice to have. Everybody wants options. That's all it is.
Well, not everybody.
Okay, whatever. Majority wants options. Everybody wants options.
So like you
Even
said,
when it comes to food, it
Well,
comes to drinks,
Well,
everybody likes
but
options.
seriously, not everyone. I'm just trying to be an
Yeah, no,
asshole. Like
no,
not
some people-
everyone.
no,
Some
you're
people
right, you're
know
right. Some
they
people-
want. I don't want to be a housewife. I'm doing my career, and I'll probably find a man who has a career, and whoever's raising the kids will hire help.
Yeah.
Or
Sure.
whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And the opposite side, some people, maybe it's Aliyah, I don't know. We'll come back to her in a bit. Wants to just be a housewife, and that's it. So what would you prefer?
I have people want to go back and forth or whatever, how I feel and how I want. If I want to work, I can work then. If I don't want to feel like working, if something's going on, like I had another kid or something like that, then I don't have to go to work. But then I would want to go to work.
What do you do for work again?
I do bottle service and then I'm personal chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But both
So-
of them are kind of like you can go when you please. Both of
Mhm.
them
Right.
are.
Flexible.
They're both flexible. Yeah, exactly.
okay, got it. Mia, what about you? You kind of raised your hand at both.
I would say the same thing. It's just like things happen in life. So if needed to, I would do that. I would, get up and work. Same thing. I'm in the industry where I can apply at any time and do that. I did it. So I'm an esthetician, and with that, like it's a license type thing. So depends where I'm living and all that stuff like that. But
Okay. Do you have a preference?
in
Like
whether I want to be a housewife or
or is it completely 50-50? We'll
it's
see what
50-50. Yeah.
happens.
I mean, but I feel like at the same time, I don't know if it'd be like bored. I love being around people. I'm very social. So
We're all very wishy-washy on this
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. No, a lot of women are.
Yeah.
don't want to be like a
everything-
Groundhog Day where
Yeah.
it's like every day, same thing, you know?
Yeah.
It has to be like a good balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
women
Passion.
really like variety.
Yeah.
Women are very big on variety. Do you think that I lost my train of thought there? When it comes to with men, do you think that they have that option? Like, do you think that men have the
Oh, no.
option today of basically how you guys all said, like, this is a bunch of men here? Would they be like, well, part of me wants to be a house
Dad.
husband?
House hubby.
I kind of want to go
Option, but
back
it's
and
slim.
forth.
It's very
No.
slim.
So
I
it's like
think.
another thing with nature or whatever. That's just
Yeah.
like it's not what it, you know.
I mean, that's why it's like it's very slim. They would have to find somebody like a woman who wants to be like the breadwinner. Like that's who they would have to find. And,
And be attracted to it.
yeah,
That's
be
like
attracted
the
to it. They couldn't like hold it against
0.5%
them or
of
anything.
the
Yeah.
population that
So
wants
I was like, they have the option. It's just very, very slim.
But I feel like with
I wouldn't
like the
wanna meet
option
a
of
man
being
that
both is
will.
like anything could happen in life and
Big
like
mama's boy.
like something happens to their career, their job or whatever it is. And then like, you know, I feel like in a relationship, it should be like whatever happens, like I pick up for you,
You
you
have
pick
to
up for me.
adapt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've
Gotcha.
supported in relationships
Yeah.
before when like they lost everything.
Exactly,
And then I had
and
to
it's
support
like-
them for a little bit.
How
It's
long would you wait
temporary.
around and for that? How long would you wait around for a guy until you'd be like, all right, this isn't happening, and you'd peace out?
So it depends how they're acting with it. If they get too comfortable with it,
Right.
then like I've had that when they get too comfortable with it, and I'm just
Like,
like,
okay, now you're taking
the fuck?
advantage of me.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Sure you were.
Yeah, you gotta read it out.
Yeah, what was it? What was it?
Yeah. So first of all, Mike Denver says Jenna is a gem. If she was my girl, I would call her Gemma.
That's cute.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's cute.
Not bad, Mike. Not bad.
Cute.
Mike Denver, you
I
should
do
be,
love
you
a
should be
man who
Mike
makes me
Chicago. Goat Alert says, can we get Pat to rank the rest of the panel 1 to 5
No.
on who he's most likely to marry? Yes, we will do that, but not right now.
Holy crap, Code Alert. That is insane.
Yeah, I'll do this. I'm married, but I will do the same to, to show that I'm
Camaraderie.
I'm part of this too.
I love camaraderie.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about, how do you balance your career aspirations and finding a man? For those of you who are interested in building their career. Wait, hold on. Actually, we skipped Aliyah. Aliyah, you said you wanted to be a
I
housewife.
mean, I'm kind of like more on like on like their end. Like it just depends
You
on
want-
what
you
happens.
want the choice.
Yeah, the choice of, I take care of my nieces and my nephews, and I love being around kids. And so like I could see myself in like a housewife, taking care of the children. And I'm happy doing that, but I'm also happy having a career as well. So just having the choice to do whatever I want.
Okay. Must be nice. Someone said here, speaking to that, interesting, none of them said they are wife material because they would be good moms.
I'd be a great mom.
Same. I've always been told that they're like, when are you
Yeah.
gonna have kids? Because all my friends have kids, and they're like, you're so good with kids. When, and I'm like, I don't. It's not.
That's
I feel like
how
that's a cop out though, because we talked about attributes that would make us a good.
I'm gonna
mom.
go on a date and be like, I'd be a great mom.
It's like if I'm gonna
Yeah.
care for you, I'm gonna care for our kids, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like that is already
Well,
self-explanatory.
we're down the road.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I said was like nurturing
Yeah.
and like
Comes-
it's
yeah.
a motherly aspect.
as it goes.
Yeah, I hear that. That's interesting. I mean, I guess that is somewhat.
None of us have children, so it's not like something that's on our mind right now. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
But-
none of us have children.
But maybe it should be because maybe it's on the guy's mind because a guy would want to hear from another woman that she would want to be a good
But I
mom.
feel like then you sound kind of crazy on the first date. So, like, what's your attribute?
No
I'll be
one
a
said-
great
no one
mom.
said
You're gonna be as mom.
no
yeah.
one said
Great
anything
mom.
about a first date. I'm just
I feel like
talking
this is
about.
like, I know, but we're talking about like.
I'm just talking what a man would want.
Well, obviously.
Do you
I mean,
ca-
you just
do
have
you
to see
care-
us in the environment.
Hold on,
around
Alex. Do you
kids.
care what men want?
No.
I don't think you do, but you can prove me wrong if you'd like to.
Depends what time of day it is.
Wow. Okay. So the answer is
That's how I'm
no.
feeling.
That's sad.
What do you? Thank you.
No, I'm not. That's.
Thank you.
I'm
It's
sad for you. Like
it's
that.
sad for
That's
you?
a sad state of affairs.
I do care, but it's just I'm so tired. I've lived my entire life telling me what they want me to be, and I'm so sick of it. You're too skinny, you're too big, you're this and that, your hair is not long.
Who said this?
I hear it all the time.
Like from actual men or from society?
From men all the time. Like I'll be dating them, I'll be working.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I constantly, because I'm older than everybody else, but it's what men, how I should look to them. It's in my entire life. It's what I should look to them.
Yeah.
And it's so obnoxious.
I
and
get
it's
it.
just
Dating's hard. Yeah.
I would say life is hard, but sure.
Life's hard.
Yeah.
Dating's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like we
on
build
the
up a
other end, men
resentment.
get rejected
Like, I kind of build up
all
that
the
too.
time. We get
Yeah.
constantly. I just want to open
And
your eyes a little bit.
I get criticism from men all the time, like unsolicited criticism all the time.
If I were you,
They're in my
though,
DMs. I'll get random men telling me.
No, really.
I had a birthday and I had a guy like I literally just going like Jesus. I'm like I did not ask for this, you know.
For
So
a
I
quick
have to.
sec-
So for myself to like keep going and everything, I have to block out all your guys's like opinions on me because what am I gonna do?
At least you're
You
getting
know?
attention.
So negative attention is not good attention.
It's better than someone just being all alone.
All alone. So what is
They
it?
both
So,
suck,
you
but
can-
I
you
would
can-
pick
you
being
can still-
alone as
You can still
worse.
feel all alone, even though people are giving you attention.
Yeah, but at least you can have more options to filter through.
If you look at celebrities, they have all the attention in the world.
Yeah, they have a
but
lot of
can
options.
They can still have all the attention in the world, but they can still feel all alone.
That's true.
That's
So
so true.
just
Yeah.
attention is
Yeah,
not
but
everything.
yes, I understand, but
No.
that's for different reasons.
I feel like it just depends.
They just
on
can't-
What's the different reason?
Well, because they don't know if they're hanging out with people, they don't know like who wants to be their friend because they're a celebrity or not.
But that could be, I've had, like, even my mechanic was like, you know why I gave you a discount? He's like, because in my head, you're a celebrity.
Well, guess what?
You know?
I don't feel bad for celebrities. Nor do I feel bad for a woman who's getting tons of attention.
Okay, so different.
I would say, listen, yeah. So if you want my advice, do you want my advice?
I don't know, but you can give it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, dating's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that sucks that I'm going to trust that you've been through that experience. I've never heard that before, that a woman has heard from actual men things about them that are unattractive.
All the time. I get it all the time.
You know, but I was going to say too, in the quick moment as I'm saying this, I'm like, I think she's probably older, and it's right. You are. When I looked, you're the oldest one here. You're 31.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like to be really jaded.
Oh, don't say that.
It's true. You've had a lot of experiences that are negative. People who have a lot of negative experiences tend to be more jaded, which I'd understand. I'd probably be jaded too.
Yeah.
But it's really, you gotta be very careful what you do with that, because if you want to have a man in the future,
I don't want to be bitter. But
right?
I have people tell me that
because
I'm
you're starting to hate men. You're like, I don't give a fuck what men want. And a lot of 30+ single women say the same thing. It's a very common pattern.
No, but I'm trying to.
And that's a sad state of affairs.
I've had a lot of. Stop saying that word.
I can't. It is just my truth.
Okay, whatever.
I've
You're
kind of
really
already
right.
developed.
Yeah, you're right. You don't
that
care what I think either.
state of mind. And I'm
You're
young.
right.
Like I've had such bad experiences that I'm just like, you know what? I focus more on my career than I do on dating, even though it's something that I want. I don't like need it right now. So it's kind of like, you know, I have the dating apps. I'm just kind of on the back burner. Like I'm not as active on it, but it's like I'm more so focused on my career than, because I've had such bad experiences with dating.
But you know, it's
in
also that
general.
because I've known plenty of girls when they were younger, they try to please men and they try to be a different person, and they're not really who they are. And then it ends up biting them in the ass
Well,
anyway.
it should.
Because of
that's
that.
their fault, not the man's
But
fault.
that's like, okay, so no, that is our fault because we're younger and we're naive.
Right. And we
So-
give so much of ourselves. And
And we give so
And
much
then
of
it
ourselves
ends up
that like we
effing
care
us
so much of
over.
what you think of us. We straighten our hair, we wax our legs, we do so much shit because we want to please you. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, and it's just
yeah.
And then you're like, well, then why am I doing like any of this? Like, I'll just be alone. Like,
it's just
not
not alone. It's just like
I just feel alone.
So
I do things
I
that make me
I
happy
don't
now.
feel bad for you at all.
I can tell that.
You put on.
I can tell
Let's
that.
just compare
So
it.
I just now.
Also,
now
Patrick, I'd
care-
love you to
now
chime in
care
on
about
this.
yourself more. You don't put yourself. You don't
No,
put
I'm
everything
saying, like,
that you have
you're-
into somebody else because
Right.
You said
at the end of the
well, you
day,
have to
like
put.
it depends. Sometimes it is, sometimes not. But you like more selective of who you put everything into.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're acting like men don't have to do nothing
I'm not.
to be
No,
out there.
you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I feel
said
like you already have a perspective. You already have something of me in your head already.
yes.
Yeah.
You said earlier that no, I'm not okay.
No,
I won't put words.
You have a vision
I
of
won't-
me in your head
No,
already.
I won't put words in your mouth.
You have a vision of me.
But you basically said we have to put on makeup, we have to get ready, we have to do our hair, all that stuff.
No. But I'm talking about how would please you. So like if you like certain people
Okay.
like certain things. So like
Right, but men also have to do that too.
It's more. I feel like my men are more hyper. Like I like straight hair only. I like blondes only. I like this and that. It's like you have to look this certain to a T. I like women that always have their nails done. I like women that are just like it's to a T. You know.
But sometimes it's our
Let's-
fault too that we like
Let's
fall
take
into it.
yeah, Patrick. You're Jenna, my co-host. Patrick, I want to hear your thoughts real quick. I want to poll. Would you rather have a girl who is super makeup, hair's done? Keep saying the things you were saying. What else?
What men were expecting of you.
Nails,
Hair
Done
I don't
up.
know,
Nails
yeah.
done.
eyelashes. Should we throw that in there too? I'm just saying.
Anything you want.
Okay, all the above. Or would you have
Physical.
someone who's more natural and doing a more natural,
But they.
less of all the stuff look? So more
have so
beauty
much to
stuff
say.
or
but
more
even
natural?
what you just
So
said
much
right
to say.
then, that's another thing too.
What?
So that's another attribute that you have to be more natural or something like that. So it's another thing what you just said.
Well,
So that's
you're
another
making the point that you think
that's another thing.
You're
of
making
you
the
that
point
have
that you
to
said
be.
men
That's
want-
another- like now you have to be more natural.
You have the mic,
You know, so that's another
Patrick, chime in
thing.
whenever.
you're saying that most men.
You just added one to the list. Thank you. Thank you.
You're saying that most men want to have all the things that you just mentioned. I'm disagreeing and saying I believe that most men actually don't want those things. They would rather have a woman come on a date and look more natural. So no, they don't want all those things. I'm saying they only want the more natural. That's my opinion. I'm curious what people say here. Real quick. Natural beauty. I would take a 7 that's easy to get along with over a drama queen 10 any day. Natural all day, natural.
It's mixed. It's always mixed.
Can I
Yeah,
just
Hold on.
Can I just say something?
Everybody says natural. Everybody says natural.
Okay, they want natural, but like at the end of the day, like you have a top tier personality, funny, this and that, like, and also enjoy wearing makeup. Like I have friends or myself that I love wearing makeup and I do it for me. Like, yes, and I also love myself naturally and I can be around you like with no makeup on. I don't care. Like I'll post a picture of myself with no makeup on. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just for what you're comfortable in, what you want to do, but also being yourself, being authentic and transparent with whoever you're on a date with whoever you're talking to, whatever.
Yeah.
You can be both, you know.
Listen,
But also, don't
Alex, we
change
got
yourself
off
for
on
other people.
many wrong feet here. Feet with painted toenails. Men, really, at the end of the day, whether with this poll or not, like they're not as selective as you think they are. This is not me trying to argue with you. I hear that you've had those experiences. I'm actually now trying to reassure you that there's actually a lot of men out there that they're just happy with Patrick. Now I'll let you speak. Fill in the blank.
So when it comes to the spectrum of natural or done up, I feel like when it comes down to it as a man, especially for me where I'm at, if I'm dating you and we're months on the line past the dating courtship phase, it's like I'm accepting you at all levels and I'm probably in love with you or attracted to you for deeper things and just how if you look nice when you go out. I mean, those things to me are.
So I know people in relationships for a long time or whatever, but then their girlfriend gets fat or whatever, and then they start talking shit about her because she gained weight or whatever. But they've been together for like 10 years.
But that's I think an insecure
And,
aspect of the man trying to bully in some form. And I
No,
think
hang
that's
on.
control.
I'll jump in with this one. So it's okay for a woman to gain weight, let's say a lot of weight in a relationship, not like 5 pounds, but that's totally okay.
Well, no, he was talking about how it's okay to be when you get old, like your natural self.
And you accept them
So,
for
so I'm
their-
saying she gets older.
get
Women
wrinkles.
women gain weight when they get older. It's their natural
Okay.
self.
Okay.
It's their not. He just said natural self, but then you jumped in and you're like, oh, is it not okay to gain a bunch of
I
weight?
think it's in different contexts,
So, for example, say after you've had kids or something, or we're in our mid 40s. I mean, I think that we see that very common, where once you're comfortable, like couples let go. The husband and the wife, they're gaining weight, they're not as fit, and things like that. I find that like maybe a partner I would attract or be around would be someone who's always conscientious of being health focused. So I think that's something you discover of someone during those initial dates, or when you start dating for several months or years. But I think that, like, I know we use the term like let yourself go, or like you get comfortable and let yourself go. I mean, we see it in our parents, we see it in our aunts and uncles. You get to that point where you're comfortable. And I think that shows that there's more to a connection and a long-term relationship than
Accountability.
making sure you're looking amazing every date or whatever, you look good for my friends or whatever. I think that there's a balance between both. There is expectations to look your best when you go out with somebody, to show respect for that person. But it's like it goes like that far, because at the end of the day, when you're at home watching Netflix or something, or you're in your house together with your husband, it's gonna be beyond. Did you do your nails that one time we went out downtown?
No, I agree with that. I can agree with that.
So I mean, again, like, it's expected to look your best, and we do it. Men do it too. It's an aspect of the dating and the initial process of being attracted to somebody. But if it's so fake and not real to who someone wants to be, then it's not going to be sustainable. But I think, like, when Mia was mentioning she likes to do it for herself, like, that's how I'm to it. I like to look good for myself. Just like, a woman wants to look good, have her hair done,
feel
makeup,
good
for yourself. You should have that. That's a prereq, I guess, to date me, but that's probably for most men too.
Okay. What does a 50-50 marriage look like to you? Anyone can go first on this one.
So I'm sure we've all seen that video where like someone's saying like it's never 50-50. If I'm gonna do 70, you're gonna do 30. I'm gonna tell you if I'm at 10%, I need you to bring the 90.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a
like
really
you pick
common
up the
one.
slack kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't think it's ever
Not pick up the
really.
slack, but-
You want
Does it mean 50-50 financial, or like just like 50-50 period?
I think it
in some measurable way. I don't know
we're
how to measure it,
talking
really.
about, I mean, it's everything, right? A marriage, a relationship, especially a marriage is everything. It's the work involved. It's the communication. It's the kids, the finances, the sex,
I think it's
the
just a figure of
vacations,
speech.
adventure, all that stuff.
I think it's just something to say that you're both participants in the relationship and you're both giving effort. There's not, it's not one-sided. And maybe, like you said, you have to make up for certain areas at some point. What are we laughing at now?
I see something else here. Tell 'em.
Oh, the comments.
Oh, Patrick is hot as fuck, someone said.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I think it's a man, but hey, no, I think I'd rather have that from a man.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll take it, okay? Thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
your comment.
You were saying though.
Now I'm distracted. I'm just over here looking at Patrick. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think you are.
No, I think that the 50-50, like I said, it's just a figure of speech, right? You have to make up for gaps in different relationships for your strengths and weaknesses, like we've talked about. And so I don't think it means that
It's like literal.
everything is split down the line.
Mhm.
But I do think it means that both participants in the relationship are willing to give effort.
Anyone else?
I agree
A
with
lot
that.
of
Yeah.
head nodding here.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be on the same page.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech for sure.
Yeah, 'cause
we
nothing
all
is
have
50-50.
good days. We all have
Yeah.
bad days.
Mhm.
It's like we can help each other. It's all about.
Yeah. Nothing in life is 50-50. Like, you always have to give some.
But
So-
also
In
at
fact,
the
I
same
feel like if you're solely 50-50, it's not a healthy relationship, because that means you're unwilling to
You're selfish,
compromise,
yes.
Do more.
and you're not willing to give to your partner in areas that they might need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not. Well, yeah, I guess 50-50 is a phrase, but there is a balance in a relationship,
For sure.
right? So, okay, maybe things are not always going to be 50-50. There's going to be 70-30 or 20-80 or
Mhm.
just like the TikTok video we're saying, where it kind of wavers back and forth for sure. But do you believe that in a relationship, it should average out to 50-50? So, okay, yes, maybe not every moment everyone's doing such a perfect part that it's literally 50-50, but do you think that it should average out to 50-50? Because that's what I
think
think.
that's
That's what
what
I
it
think.
means.
I think it
No.
probably does.
Because
yeah.
if not, then I'll just be like independent. It's like I
Right,
can do everything on my
do
own.
s-
It's like if we can
Yeah.
help each other and benefit our lives,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it also feels like getting taken advantage of. Like I'm giving you my hand, you're taking my arm. Like, where's the mutual effort?
Where's the affection? Where's all the love?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess
Like,
it
I'm
also
giving so
depends
much of me.
at a high level what you're looking for.
Yeah, it
I
depends on
mean,
what you're
that's
asking
what I'm
for.
looking for, but some people aren't. To be honest, some people
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for at the end of the day, close to a 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one day in certain aspects, or maybe financial and emotional, like in different areas of life, it's different ranges of percentages.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it pretty much equals 50-50. But some people aren't, right? Some relationships are looking for, I want a man to be 70% everything, or
Some people are looking to,
70%
like,
in
taken
certain
care of, yeah.
categories.
Yeah.
And I think if that works for them, great. But that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
I feel like that's where the whole argument comes from, is people trying to change people people want 50-50, and then they try to find people that don't want 50-50. They want to be taken care of. And so you'll never have that, like, that's what compromise, like that's what you're looking for. And like, I think that's like the biggest problem with today, is people are looking to change people and
Right.
not looking for people that they actually want.
Exactly. And there's someone for everyone. So it's like,
Yes.
I may not be that person. You
But
can have
there's someone out
that.
there.
You're like, you're more than welcome to have that, but that's not over here.
Mhm.
So, if you could paint a picture of what it would look like to be an average of 50-50, what does that look like to you? Specifically to you. This questions for
I would
anybody.
say, like, it's like we like to cook, we like to clean, as women, but it's like if a guy does that every now and then, like, awesome. Like, we like contribute to like chores, we contribute to the finances. We are equally contributing to like everything. I mean, of course, if he makes more, if I make more, like, that's okay with me, as long as, I don't know, like,
I mean, if we're getting like high level specific,
Yes, I love high level specific.
I would say just having, like, to be frank, having a background in mental health, I knew going into it. I mean, I have a master's degree, but even that and mental health, odds are I'm not going to be making a ton of money. It can happen for sure. But like, if we're being real with it, it's not as lucrative as some other positions. And so for me, that might mean that a man provides more financially, but I provide more in other ways.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you wanted specifics, and that's one thing I can think of specifically is I want to be able to go on vacations. I never want to have to say to my kids, like, sorry, you can't be involved in X sport or X, activity because I can't provide for you. So in that instance, I want a family household where we can provide for everyone.
Cool. Does everyone want what Jenna wants? Any
Yeah.
different
I would say so.
things
I would
here?
add on to like
Yeah.
other things too, like time. Like you give me your time, I give you my time. Like I open up like my availability for you. Like, oh, I'm free this day. I can, even though I have this going on, I can make time for you. Like hoping that you would do the same for me, if that's where like we see each other in that level.
I agree.
50-50,
I
like
agree.
on that time.
Like dating
type
wise,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't always want to be putting the effort in.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I'm giving you so much of me. I'm checking in with you. I'm talking to you. I'm messaging first. I'm like,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing you. Like I'm making, more time for you. And then
Yeah.
now I feel like I'm just giving all of me and then you're not. Also, then I also I read the room at that time. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Like 1 or 2 times. That's enough.
Okay.
I feel that.
I feel like we got the women's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has anyone seen Alex, or did she leave? Are her things here?
I think that's her bag.
Where?
Is that not?
That's her. That's her. Oh, really? That's her second bathroom trip, which is totally fine. No judgment. But
Not
I
questioning
thought
it.
she left. I don't know. Okay, cool. So I want to now play a clip that I found from this guy who runs a very interesting channel called It's Complicated, and he's got a lot of very, very interesting. What's up?
Oh, no.
What's going on?
You a fan of
Oh,
the
you
channel?
guys
Do we
talking
know
to each other?
this?
No.
Do you know what's going on?
No, I just asked her what time it was.
Oh, okay. It's 10:28 p.m.
Okay. Cool.
Central Time. Okay.
To clarify.
So I want to play this clip, and I just want to get some reactions. I'm just curious everyone's opinion on it.
Okay, do we get to see it or
Yes,
just
it's-
Yeah,
just
I'm
audio?
gonna pull it up real quick.
okay.
Expected to bring
Hang on one second. Okay. Let's see. I can connect that.
Do we get any context?
I don't think you'll need it. I think you'll pretty
Okay.
much get it. Maybe if I can answer a question, but I don't know. I have as much context as you do. So here it is. You can just listen or see it. It's really just a woman talking.
Why should men be expected to bring more to the table than they ever have in order to please women who bring less to the table than they ever have?
Because the man is the provider, baby.
Why are women typically spoiled beyond their needs while men are typically deprived of their basic needs?
Because women deserve more.
Why do women often choose to make lists of what they want in a relationship rather than what they bring to the table?
Because it's women first. The man is there to accommodate for our needs.
What does a woman bring to the table?
Knowledge, common sense, pussy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts. Well, how do you mean, Jenna?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think the video's a little bit satire.
Yeah, it's like
I don't-
baseless. Like,
I don't think they necessarily think exactly what they're saying. I don't.
Well,
think
let's
they
take her.
fully
Let's take her
believe.
word for it. I
don't
would
think it's that
assume she
serious.
would.
yeah, she's being funny. She's laughing. Oh, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what you would like. You're kind of playing to social media. She's probably like, what people would want you to say, but it's also kind of true, but not really. On
What part do you think
both
is true?
ends. I mean, I don't think it's true that women are bringing like all of that it's. I think it kind of devalues us. We're only bringing like that much, and so that's why I think
Or
she
that
was,
little.
she was like kind of playing. Yeah, she was just kind of playing to social media. That's what I feel like it was like. It was just being funny. If someone came with you like in a big camera with a microphone in your face, like what you would probably say,
You mean like now?
oh, hope I end up on TikTok or something. Like,
Okay, so
blank.
none of you take that
I
seriously.
don't take it seriously.
No.
Okay.
I feel like they're not taking it literally, and that shows that they don't maybe believe or agree with her
No.
by saying that. And she was just living in that moment.
Okay. Okay. Let's put up another clip.
Issues.
Okay.
Still can't see.
So this is just she's just talking on TikTok.
Now, the women in the comments will always say, well, but there's issues. What about me being happy? We just didn't get along anymore. I'm sorry, good wives believe that the family should come before their personal happiness, not themselves before the family. A lot of y'all are shitty wives, and you can pretend you're not, but if you're not loyal, you don't submit, and you don't sleep with your goddamn husband, then what do you have to offer? What are you bringing him? Now,
You back, Alex? You coming in? What
A
happened?
man.
Never mind.
Okay. Commentary. What do you think about what she said? Anybody?
That she puts her family before her own happiness.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Absolutely not. It's like I wouldn't even have a family with somebody I wouldn't want a family with, right? Or
Right.
see a family.
I feel like those are the people that have a lot of relationships that are in relationships
You should
because
play
they're
against
able
Alex.
to put other things in front
Appreciate
of,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
like
like
that's one of the reasons why we're single, because we put ourselves first or put anything first.
Exactly.
But people that are
I don't even
always
put myself
other,
in that situation.
Yeah, I'd rather die alone than then put other, like, completely obliviate myself and
Right.
not care about myself. Yeah.
I think she's also
So you
talking
wouldn't
about
put your
like a
family
family, like
first?
family
I
with
put
like
my family
kids.
first.
I
It's
would.
like,
I'd leave the guy
probably
if it was a
missed- I probably
problem.
But like
missed-
if
I
there's,
probably
I think
missed
she's
the whole
talking
thing.
about like if kids are
I missed the whole thing.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking
it's
about
about
like
her
relationship.
Yeah,
family.
if it's her
I'm sorry,
or
I
if
with her
it's
partner.
I missed
Yeah,
what
it's
you
like
guys
if
did.
you have a family, if you're a wife, if you're in a relationship.
I didn't miss that. Forget about your kid.
I think when she's talking about, she said specifically like sleeping with your partner. I think in a lot of cases, there's a reason for that. So I guess my question is, why aren't you sleeping with your partner? There seems to be a disconnect between you two. Most likely it's probably emotional. I feel like that happens a lot with women. If they don't feel emotionally connected to a man, they're completely disinterested physically in terms of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you're on a first date or if you're just dating around, then it might not matter. You might not be like I really don't care about emotions in this instance. I just want to sleep with you. But I think when it comes to a marriage specifically, I think there are larger issues that need to be addressed. I don't think it's just about submitting or things like that. I think you have to look at the deeper issues that are going on, because then probably if you're in a marriage, hopefully, then you're wanting to sleep with your partner if everything else is cohesive.
Cool. Any other thoughts on that video?
I would say sometimes I think you do need to put yourself first in terms of happiness, because if you're not happy, how can you make someone else happy?
Yeah.
Like putting the oxygen mask on before you help others.
So I wouldn't say to an extreme where you're just like selfish and only thinking about yourself, but like you do have to be happy to make other people happy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. To a certain extent. But as much as you can, I would think that family comes before your own happiness. Like you might not want to do the things you might need to do to like have a family.
That's being selfless.
I think that was like the whole are there kids involved? Because I think that's totally different.
Yeah.
In this hypothetical situation,
I think it's totally different. I think you do have to put your family unit first and think about your kids. If you're happy, but you also have to be able to have a cohesive family and
what's healthy, what's safe.
Right. Sometimes you have
I think your happiness though impacts your kids' happiness.
So I think you do have to a certain extent, you put your happiness first, but I do think like your family unit does come a little bit before yourself.
Mm-hmm. Sacrificing.
It's like, I think it's like, situation wise.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Patrick, there comes a time in every man's life when he needs to potentially shoot his shot. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck it. What are you gonna say?
Yes.
This is my Aliyah's friend. What's her name?
Sister.
Oh, sister.
Yes.
Oh, of course. What's her name?
Tania.
Yes. My Aliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Tania.
Yes. Dad liked to rhyme.
Cool. No pressure, but is there anyone here that you would like to shoot your shot with?
Should we go through everyone or just go one?
Yeah, you know what? Let's.
He's like, I want to shoot my shot at everyone. I'm options.
Something nice to everybody.
Let's really build attention. So before you answer, do you have an answer?
I would say yeah.
Okay, don't say anything yet. Okay, you have an answer. So let's do this. And before we do it, are we all cool with hearing a man's opinion on whether or not he would want to be with you?
I mean, it's helpful, right?
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Open and
Love
criticism. Yeah.
I knew this was going to be a
How
great
can you
panel.
grow?
Love
Yeah.
the attitude. Okay, so why don't you start? So are there
need
more
it.
than one?
I would think maybe I might need to be focused on one just for the sake of this exercise.
Okay, well, it's a great exercise. This is not an exercise. This is real life. So, but still, are there more than one? Even if
I would say one.
Okay, so there's a firm one.
I mean, everyone's great here. I don't
Don't apologize for yourself. Nice guy Patrick over here.
We'll narrow it down to one.
Okay, but are there more than one, even if we don't say them out loud? I'm just curious.
Am I a dog if I say that?
No, of course not, dude.
I would say there's a, I
You
think
can be attracted to more than one person in a room.
For sure.
You're single. Fuck it. Even if you weren't single, it doesn't matter. You can still
exactly
feel that way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there one though that's like, okay, this one is definitely more, or there's kind of a tie, or?
I would say there's one.
Okay, cool. So why don't you go around and as much or as little as you want, finish with the woman that you're interested in and shoot your shot. We'll see what happens. By the way, just, be real. I don't want anyone to be like, well, I don't want to like let him down. And like, if he's doing it, I'll say yes. And like not end up on the
shoot me down.
Like,
and then ghost him.
Right. You know what I mean? Or like go on the stage because you feel bad because it was like on this like live show. Like just, be real. Okay. So the last person will be the person who shoot your shot with. Maybe go around starting with whoever you want.
So we're going with
I was going to say start with her, but I don't know. It could be the one you pick. So yeah, go around and say, why you wouldn't shoot your shot. And then at the end, you'll say why you will, and then you'll shoot your shot.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We'll do it for
Tom, I don't have a fun
You got a 10-second pitch.
I don't have
I'll keep it short.
MP3 for this, but just for fun, I'll just play it.
Is it like a gunshot?
Hang
I'll
on.
be.
Rich or bitch?
We're not playing Rich or Bitch right now, but I just wanted to play that because it's fun. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna start over here with inexperienced Ashley, right?
Oh.
So
Did you say inexperienced Ashley?
Yeah, I feel
oh,
not
that's
saying
the
like that's her
nickname here.
nickname. I'm just saying I can tell you're in your infancy of dating people, and you're still trying to find your identity, very much so. And I think we talked earlier about it. You're trying to get more experience.
Yeah.
You already have a date lined up. That was probably the reason why you were the first up
Okay. That's fine.
If you didn't have a date already, then
No,
maybe
I
you'd
can
be up for
understand.
it.
I probably wouldn't want to date me either.
Oh my
That's not what I'm- that is not what I'm saying.
Stop. No.
Ashley,
We
what
won't
the
stand for
fuck
it.
was that?
Yeah, no.
Well,
Are you serious?
Let's just all take her on a date. Let's all go.
No, I don't
We're
have
just doing after
experience. I don't know.
But that's
You do it
his
later.
perspective. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
that's-
other men aren't interested or wouldn't be interested.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Don't degrade
This-
yourself.
I really feel bad about this now.
No, it's okay.
She's like, I agree.
Yeah.
But just on like what we talked about today and everything, you're
Yeah.
an amazing woman, and I know you're gonna have a great amount of success as you explore and meet new
Keep
people.
trying.
Yeah, you need to put
Do
yourself out
it,
there. Use that other app that you were using. What's it called?
Right.
Raya. Yeah.
Right.
Not
Don't use
Raya.
Raya.
That I pay for.
Someone said
Someone
Ashley
texted me
Def wanted him to pick her.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because I mean, yeah, whatever.
Just real quick, want to say everybody
Good.
Tom has said everyone has supporters in the chat. Tom, I feel like I think we need
For
to.
you too, Tom.
Tom, I am ready.
Shout out.
I am ready, Tom. I'm ready to have you on the show. I'm ready for you to be a character on the show.
Oh, let's get
Mike,
to
come
New
on.
character
Like,
unlocked.
Not only mic'd up, like another camera on you. We'll
Yeah.
talk. We'll talk about it.
Make it
I
interesting.
like
Just like
that.
flip it
Okay.
onto him.
Ooh, the suspense is killing me. We still have Richard Bitch. I'm having so much fun. Continue.
Crazy. All right. So we're gonna go to the right to Mia, because I mean I feel like I didn't get to know you that well, and I think you're a great speaker and you did an excellent job with all the questions. But again, I just didn't get to know you that well. I think based on what we discussed today. But you poured awesome shots earlier. That was you, right?
Yeah, that was. I was like,
So
so
that was a
shots.
good- that was a green
Everybody
flag.
walked in. Yeah. Icebreaker. That's me. Sorry.
And I really
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the tattoos. I really dig your.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Appreciate it.
Okay, rejected. Ashley and Mia are out.
This is like really sounding bad. Right
Not at all.
I'm a complete dick right now online.
Dude, let me tell you something.
You've been overly nice.
Listen, can we just like all tough
take shots.
Can we just all, yeah, we can take shots. We all
we just
tough
take a
this
shot
out.
before.
Like, do you know how many men, Patrick? Do you know how many men collectively in this room these women have rejected?
Yeah, there's definitely
More women than you'll ever be able to
there's
reject.
a graveyard of men.
Listen,
I'm sure.
Patrick, more women than you'll ever be able to reject your life. So don't feel bad. It's okay.
It's true.
Continue.
All right, so we're gonna stand on the great couch, Jenna.
He's starting with the couch.
Okay. Jenna's out.
So you're my neighbor, on the couch right now.
Neighbors.
I
It's like
think-
The
I think-
Bachelor, so
I
I'm
think
the
you're beautiful, you're
Bachelorette.
amazing. You're an amazing woman, and I just think like right now you're going through 4 dates a week. And you're really exploring.
Yeah,
That
for
was-
sure.
And I love that because
that
we've
life.
all been serial daters at some point, I'm sure. But again, it's just there can only be one. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking. For
But I
it.
did like when you hyped me up when that person commented that I was hot. So that made me feel really good.
You're welcome.
Okay. Jenna, you bummed, be honest.
I would love a shot at a date, but there are others.
Plenty.
Many others.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Obviously, the next person you pick,
Suspense music.
Yeah.
unless there's some random just like call.
It's Tom. It's Tom. No,
It's
we're going
the
for
sister.
a sister.
It's a sister over here.
Surprise.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we're going to the brown couch.
Yes. Blah, blah, blah. I thought we did a fucking drum roll, please. 2 drum rolls tonight.
It's true. It's the brown couch. 100%.
And I'm sorry if I say your name completely wrong.
Malia.
Malia. Aliyah.
Not
So
yours, but Leah.
Aliyah.
Yes. Well, not yours, obviously.
Yeah.
Not anymore, I guess.
I like that.
So I think you're gonna have no problem finding a partner. You're absolutely stunning.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm surprised that you haven't been locked down yet or had a substantial long-term relationship.
She's working
For
on
real.
it.
Right.
Yeah, she's working on it. Self-awareness.
I just think that you're gonna have absolutely no issue attracting the right partner. And I know what you're mid-20s to 25, right?
27.
27.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
Again, you're just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sure you're probably the favorite of the chat.
Oh, probably.
I don't know. I honestly,
Stop it.
I
I'm
honestly
surrounded by
can't
gorgeous
tell.
people. Please stop.
Wait, how old
Oh,
are you?
I am 32,
32.
so I'm dead.
You're what?
No,
He said
no, no,
expired.
dude, you're a guy. It's not the same.
Got single for eternity.
Well,
Well, I
by
need
the,
to know why it was a no, though.
Because I can only pick one.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
no, that can't be a reason. Oh, so you're
That was-
saying that
You narrowed me. You put me in a corner.
No, he did
Oh.
not. He did the opposite.
Yeah, he gave you the option.
I
to
would
have
date
more
That's a
than-
lie.
I would date
True.
anybody
You
here.
did.
I would date anybody in this circle.
We're all potential.
Included.
does everyone want
I don't
a
think-
date with
You get a
Patrick?
I don't
rose.
know.
You get a
Yeah.
rose.
You get a
get
rose. Everyone gets a rose.
Oh.
You even get a rose.
Yeah, but
Tom.
unfortunately
If he'll date
tonight,
anyone, I
tonight is
don't
the
want to
final
date him.
rose.
Right?
Oh, Alex just fucking loves giving me the rolled eyes, but it looks like. Go ahead.
So
Shoot your shot.
Let's hear
this
it.
went very much to Bachelor very quickly. But yeah, I think Alex, I saw her when we were walking in together and we introduced each other when we walked
Wow.
in.
Oh,
and
I know. I thought you guys were friends.
I like too that she didn't give a fuck and went to the bathroom twice and just like said fuck you guys. I like that. And then also earlier when you were talking about like how she feels like, you know, how I think she's just really independent who she is, and that's really an
Thank
attractive
you. So
trait.
it's either you love me or hate me.
So when
People
she's
love
like
me or
fuck
hate
all
me.
guys, it's like that's attractive. That's something
I
that
love
says
it.
you have
Thank you.
standards and
Thank
have
you.
expectations, and that's something where I'm at right now. That's an amazing thing to see.
Thank
All
you. I
right,
really
so-
appreciate that. I feel like I was getting attacked
You
earlier
get
by
a
that guy.
Patrick, seal the deal. Shoot your shot.
So I know a place, and if you'd like to go out this week, I'd love to take you out.
What place? Yeah, that sounds great. What place?
What place? Whoa.
You said a place. You said you
Oh, I
know a
love
place.
this.
So.
I mean, it just depends when you're available.
Oh, okay.
I mean, are you like a
I'll get-
weekday? Are you weekday?
I'll give you a number.
Should we?
Take it to Lyra.
Should we leave? Like,
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
everyone's
no.
staying.
Gather your things.
No, we're all gonna get
We
naked
talked
and start the
about-
revolution.
Dates. First of all, she said she likes a good dinner as
Yeah.
a first
I do like
date.
it. So
Take
take your-
contact.
I'm good.
Come on, Patrick.
Whoa, guys, you're fucking this shit up right now. Let him.
I will not.
oh yeah, sorry. Shoot your shot.
Okay, so Alex, you're saying yes.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a great time.
Yes.
Amazing.
You're saying yes to the
Let's
dress.
go.
Okay. Promise me this.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Wait,
You guys
wait,
gotta come
wait.
back. Yeah.
Promise me
Yep.
this. No, I'm just saying. If this somehow
I'm gonna be put under a microscope in a week from now.
no, I'm going way longer than that. I just want to be invited to the wedding.
Okay. I thought
Wow,
you
we're
were
getting
ambitious.
intense.
I'm not
Okay.
saying it's gonna get there, but who's saying it couldn't, right? That's what could happen on dates. So
True.
Period.
Okay.
does that sound fair?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Can we be
fucking put you on the
invited
show.
too?
Give me
Yeah, I
something.
know. Yeah, we're all-
Yeah, well, we can be a five
Okay.
girls.
Right. Something.
All right.
Personal attention.
Wow, this is great. That's the first time we've ever had shoot your shot, and the shot was shot, and it
Successful.
it was successful. It got received. Cupid's arrow is in flight. All right, great. You guys will exchange numbers. Fantastic. Now, for what we've been all waiting for, Tom loves it,
Oh my
guys.
God. Is that thunder?
It's an explosion.
Rich
Oppenheimer.
or bitch.
Okay, it's time for Rich or
Yeah,
Bitch.
it's like-
What does that mean? That means that.
Rich
Hang on, I'm still playing. Okay.
or bitch.
I need one of those boxes. Rich or bitch, you now, since you're still here, you get the wonderful opportunity to vote who you liked best. I will put all their names in the comments, and so you know exactly who each person is. It's going to start with 1, 2, 3. It's going to start with 1 with Aliyah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you'll know. So don't put the number though. Put the name of the person that you just liked the best. whoever you enjoyed, whatever your reason, it doesn't matter. Put their name in. And for the next, 3, 4, 5 minutes, we'll have Ali back here, count everyone up. And the person who has the most votes gets this crisp, semi-crisp, half-folded $100 bill. And whoever gets the least votes, even if it's a tie, so let's say, 3 people get 0 votes, they have to take a shot of Malort. And don't forget, we still have on the table, if you want me to take a large swig of Malort, it will be a $300 super chat. Sound good? All right, here we go. I'm pressing enter here for you to vote so you can see on the screen. What'd you say?
Absolutely not.
Vote for Pat.
Vote for Pat. Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll tell you what.
Sell ourselves.
Votes are in. So go ahead, guys. Vote it up. Does anyone want to say why they should win? If anyone really wants $100, anyone want to play some?
Well, I'm poor, so.
What'd you say?
I'm poor, so.
Okay, my Aliyah's poor.
She's a teacher.
Okay, so we should just give money to the people who are poor.
Help me, I'm poor.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to say about why they should? Or
maybe
the opposite. Maybe you're like, fuck it, give me the shot of Malort.
Honestly, I kind of want to do a shot before we go.
Okay, but I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
so everyone wants to take a shot of Malort?
We'll do it.
Minus the Malort.
I need to remember how it tastes. I've only had it once.
I don't remember how it tastes. I blacked out.
I remember it being horrible, but yeah.
You might lose.
Well, no.
I've never heard of that until I moved up here.
Okay, while they're voting, I do want to mention something. So I wrote down a little list.
Okay.
Put down a list before we
Wait,
started.
you said you were going to give your ranking.
Oh, I was going to give my ranking. I'm not going to go into the intense detail that our bro Patrick did because I'm not shooting my shot.
Yeah, no,
I do have a wife.
I would do that.
She is at home sleeping, probably, unless she's out with a bunch of guys.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so who would I pick if I had to pick? Or I'll even say not even just like who would I pick for myself, but who I think, to go with the theme of today, of like who I think has the most or has the best, I don't know how to say this, wife material. Who's the most wifey material? Okay, so it's not Patrick because he's a man, right?
Right.
Okay. I think, I don't know, me and Alex butted head a little bit too much. I think she's a little bit jaded, so I'm out on Alex. No offense, Patrick.
She's taken.
But yeah, I was like, she got
Alex
the
is taken. Ashley, I don't know. You're just, are you wife material?
You need a
little.
I
could be built.
She has potential.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
I'd rather have
You have potential.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
You're still super young.
This is a.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Alex? I guess I'm not getting invited to the wedding. Okay, I think I have my pick. It's between. Actually, Ashley, you are in the top, but I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Jenna. Jenna.
Knew it.
She's ready.
You guys could have your own show.
I'm trying.
Let's do it, collab.
Yeah, no, I think.
Me too. I'm like go with the flow. Yeah.
I think there's a nice feminine side to you that I think a lot of men would really enjoy. I like that you had a nice list of the things that made you wife material, and you were the only one you had the longest list of what you wanted in return, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's something that everyone can learn here of like, okay, what is it that you want? What is it that you offer? I believe every man, woman should know, what do I offer? What do I want? Does it all line up? So I would say, in my opinion, Jenna is the most wife material.
I aspire to be in a 12-year relationship.
So
I really do.
Well, it didn't work out.
Just 12 years, so
Okay.
But I learned a lot.
I am stopping all votes. Votes are done. Any votes that happen after stop votes don't count. Ali's working on it. Are we close, Ali? Where are we at?
We are very close.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Split the 100.
Oh my God. Yes. Hold on. I gotta fix this.
Or bitch.
Shout out to Chris, my editor, and John, my editor. Chris is my video editor at Tripp Advice. So the sound that you're hearing is my YouTube editor. Shout out, Chris. You're probably not watching this right now. You, I think you have a wife. And John also, who's my podcast editor, who edited together in such a fast amount of time. I had a vision, guys. I knew. I was like, I want it to be exactly what it is. I want an explosion. Okay.
You did it.
Anyway.
Made it happen.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes. Drum roll.
The paper, please.
Wait, were we supposed to guess? I see over here we have some objections.
Okay, got it. Cool. So who do you all think is the rich?
Mylia.
Mylia.
Totally Jenna.
Teacher.
Totally. Beautiful.
Oh my God. No, it's
Next
Jenna.
to Tripp.
Alex, your thoughts?
Up in the air. I don't know.
She's ready to go home.
She's been ready. Wait, Patrick, actually.
I was gonna say Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the first place?
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Very much could be.
Based on that, I don't think so.
Could be the 1 point difference.
Isn't there like a statistic that every year there's a certain amount of people when they vote for president, they vote for Mickey Mouse? Has anyone heard this before?
I've never heard
Yeah, they write them in.
That'd be really funny if we got a lot of Mickey Mouses, but we didn't. Okay, so who do you guys think is the bitch?
I think I might be picked as the bitch because I'm the guy in the.
Oh, stop.
It's very possible. All right. So did you say we had a close first and second?
Very close.
Very close.
Very close. It was by 1 vote.
By 1 vote, people. Come on. All right. So
Not count your vote, by the way.
my vote? Oh, yeah.
Oh, so I'm second. Or
No,
tied.
I don't vote. I am just the creator of the show. Okay.
You
So
gave it away.
should we say who's in first, or should we say who's in last? We'll say who's in first. Drum roll, please. The winner of the $100. Can I get a close up?
Get the serial number.
I gotta get it. Is it real?
Put it in the light.
The winner of the first place, which is funny because the winner of first place last week was in the same position on the couch as they are now.
Oh, so that has something to do with
So it's not a far stretch because the winner is Aliyah. Because she's poor. And
Thank you. This is gonna go.
That's not why. It's not because
she's children. Maybe rent or maybe drinks.
and the
later.
close second place
grocery store.
was Jenna.
I knew it.
And this is going to go down in history because there's only been 2 of these. There is a tie for last place.
Oh my God.
So that means that 2 lovely ladies
Oh, you're out.
are going to be taking a shot of Malort. And they are, I believe it's the 2 bartenders, Alex and Mia.
I knew I was
So,
gonna
Leah,
get it.
do me a
I knew
favor.
I was
Hold
gonna
this.
get it. I knew I was gonna get it.
Hold
It's
this.
okay.
I already knew.
I will pour the Malort. But you know what?
Can I
you,
sub for
You got a shot of
tequila?
Malort and a date. Who's the real winner here?
Yeah, right?
Who's the real winner here? All right.
I wish the shot in Malort didn't come with it.
I went
That is
easy
a
on you.
big shot.
Don't
Can you
say
give me
that.
the lesser one? I'm
Yeah.
not built for
We'll
this.
just-
Wait. Pour us up some tequila. We'll take shots with her.
Yeah, we'll take shots together.
We'll take shots with her.
Okay, and a family shot,
do it.
everyone.
I already got tequila in my thingy.
Okay, I got Malort on my hands.
Yeah, no, we'll do tequila.
Pour some
Oh my
tequila.
God, it tastes like rubbing alcohol, or it smells like rubbing alcohol. Basically, it smells like vodka.
Give me a little baby.
Okay, everyone's gearing up to take a shot here. We're closing out on an absolutely
Yeah, we do.
wonderful
Yes.
time, guys. If you need help with meeting women, and yes, there are amazing women out there. There is wife material here, which I wanted to see. I did not want to sit here on a panel where I was like, wow, all these women are, as they say, for the streets. They're not. There's some wonderful women here. There are great women out there. And if you need help attracting more women into your life, which I know Patrick doesn't, But if you do not feel ashamed, go to trippadvicecoaching.com and fill out. Oh no, there's no application anymore. Just hop on a call. We got a whole team. Jenna's in support. She always has been since the day the moment we started here today. Go to trippadvicecoaching.com if you need more help. We're going to take a family shot here, minus me, because no one paid the $300. Lame. Maybe next week. Next week, 8 p.m. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Take your shots.
Love you guys.
Yes, we'll see you next Monday, 8 p.m. with a new panel with another Shoot Your Shot. Oh, yeah, Scotty, you did a super chat. My man, thank you. You said, Tripp, the last 3 months have been the best ever because of you. Sometime this year, hopefully my singleness ends all because of you. I'm so thankful for you, brother. Well, Scotty,
You might a date.
we got another date. Remember.
Let's go, Scotty. Oh, wait,
2
is that
days,
him?
1 night.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, you're down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you'll do is you'll give Ali your number. He will text it to Scotty, and Scotty will text you. And by God, if you ghost him, after all the ghosting.
No, I said I've never been ghosted, so I won't ghost you.
Okay.
Listen,
Awesome.
we have 2 women with dates. The rest of us would like some as well.
Okay, guys, if you're in Chicago,
Do need a date. Someone take me to Beyonce on Saturday.
we taking the shot?
Yeah, we did.
Did we take the shot already?
I've been listening.
Yes.
take the shot.
Wait, the 2 with Malort did not take the
that's
shot.
great. That's what we're waiting for. Get on the cameraman. Tom.
Go.
Malort.
Cheers to being single.
Last.
There we go. Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Raise your hand if you had fun. Raise your hand if you hate me.
Absolutely not.
Muscle menos.
Okay, awesome. Guys, love you all. Thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate
that's the
them.
worst
I
thing I've
appreciate
ever
you. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for liking the video. If you haven't liked the video, then no thanks to you. Unless you end up liking the video, then thanks to you. See you next Monday, 8 p.m. Peace.